it later.
Oh my god.
All right, we beginning.
Oh, let me mute.
We fade in through the thick fog and the rain towards a tower of gray color, cobbles, abandoned vines. We pass through a small windowsill, through dark curtains, and find all of ourselves here in the Maw, in the old abandoned Ambrose castle. And it's here, in the tableplop scene, mind you, where we see everyone. Severance, Claire, Floss, Tar, all of our friends, Atreus, Sophie, Zick, Nico, Morden, Kane. All of you have discovered something, these mithril orbs that can be used to absorb magical essence. It's here where you've come seeking for Camilla, hoping to find and rescue her once and for all. How are we doing, gang?
I think we're okay.
Rah!
I think we're great.
Okay. You guys just came down from the roof that had nothing on it. You guys are
don't
free to do
think
as you
we
wish.
did.
No, we did, because it was
No.
like a wrap up at the end that was very quickly done, where you guys discovered nothing on the roof.
Okay.
And you guys have come back inside after finding nothing out there. And you are free to do as you wish.
I mean, I guess our next choice is just to go back down right now.
Isn't there another floor up?
That's what I was just saying. Austin
I
said
thought the
apparently
floor
we
up
did it
was the
last.
roof.
Austin was saying last session we went up there and it was just a roof and there was nothing.
Oh, I don't remember that actually. But
I don't either.
I
but...
promise you guys it happened.
okay. I remember saying that we were pausing here, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember going to the roof either.
also I don't think we ever went to the roof.
So I listen to a session like every other day, and I can definitively say you guys went onto the roof. There was nothing there.
Okay.
Okay, sure, whatever. I guess we'll leave.
Oh wait,
Yeah, I
wasn't
guess
there a
we-
bridge across?
There is
That was on
a bridge
2 floors
across.
below.
2 floors below. That's
Yes.
right.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was...
Okay.
Did you black it out?
Well, interesting. Yes, I did refog that area.
Okay.
Do you guys like head down towards that floor?
Yeah.
As you guys walk down the first flight of stairs taking you to the library, you can hear down the stairwell a couple of individuals chatting with each other. What the hell happened here?
This is the floor that we're going to, right, Austin?
Yes, and like down the stairwell, you guys can hear some people like talking further down, like over this area.
Where's fucking Sophie?
Severance looks back at Claire and looks back towards the stairway.
Claire?
Sorry, I'm trying to gather my stuff. I'll go down the stairwell.
Okay. As you head down the stairs, you are immediately greeted with 3 Fang agents. I believe you're here. Does anybody follow Claire?
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just... Or I don't know if do Sophie and Atreus.
Yeah, they're all kind of following you, I'd imagine. As you come down the stairs, this guy immediately sees you guys, draws a revolver on you. You guys can't be in here. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
You're blocking the exit.
He kind of looks to his buddies and then to the dead bodies. Did you do this?
Can Floss pull out her gun and shoot this guy?
Yeah, roll the hit.
Yeah. Can I also shoot someone?
At that point, we will roll initiative.
Where the fuck are my weapons?
And
Hold
we're
on.
gonna
Oh, I have to
keep
go to my...
initiative because I made the mistake of removing it last time.
1 second, let me... I don't know why Poseidon isn't on my character sheet, but I have the card here, so... What is it? That's, oh wait, we're rolling initiative. Okay, yeah, that first one's initiative. So then do I still get to shoot him even if I'm not top of initiative, though?
Yeah, because I would say that's like the action that you did.
Okay.
That like is combat.
That would be a 19 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
$17.
Give me one moment. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Let me get some of this rockin' fucking combat music going. That's genuinely so loud. Even the loud fucking evil jump scare. Okay, you said 17 damage, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find their stat block in my notes. What the fuck? Okay, so you fire and it like caves part of this guy's skull in and he's barely standing.
Okay.
Roll so much initiative now. I love rolling initiative for all the fucking NPCs.
Yeah.
Combat on the stair for 1 round is going to be really fun.
Yeah? You think so?
No.
Are you enjoying yourself?
I shot a guy, so that's
Okay.
cool.
We'll actually just go to Severance. What do you do?
I am going to. Okay. I'm going to run past this guy and go over here. So 5, 10, 15, 20. And then I'm gonna hit this guy with my saw cleaver.
Okay.
That is a 30.
Of course, a 30 hits.
Okay, so that is. So that's 8d12 plus 48. Then let me do. Is 73 points of damage.
He is more than dead.
Okay, and then I'm gonna shoot this guy behind me.
Hell yeah.
So then. That. 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that is 11d12. That is 126 damage.
Jesus fucking Christ. This guy turns to red paste. I think it's to Tar,
I
right?
think that is my.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Tar, you're up. You see Severance go running past, like cut a guy's head off, and then immediately just like biff a guy into red mist. It is your turn.
I'm gonna hammer fist this guy.
Hammer fist?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold both my hands together and just pound down on the top of his head.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit for me.
That is a 31.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage. You need now. I'm gonna tell you right now. You need 3 damage to kill this guy.
Oh, he's immediately dead
Okay.
because I get the bonus of plus 15.
I
don't even have to roll damage.
Put your hands together and just like down on his head. His body goes and explodes into a rain of gore that covers you. That is combat on this floor. We will keep initiative for future reference. You guys are free to do as you wish.
Okay, so question: would we start off with Claire next combat or with Atreus?
Whoever's turn it would
We could-
be next.
So Claire.
So we start with Claire Day.
We go downstairs, I guess.
Okay, now there is the bridge here that goes to the other tower, which is over here.
I thought
Well,
that was
there's also a basement floor in this tower. Yes.
There is a basement floor, but yes,
That we haven't-
there is a
yeah.
there is a bridge that goes to the next tower in this room.
Okay. Well, unless anyone objects, I think we should clear this whole tower first before we go to the next.
I will say I don't want you guys to miss out on any content.
So
So
if we go down, is that progression?
I mean, I really can't tell you, but
Well, okay. Well, it seems like you really want us to go to the other tower.
Yeah,
do whatever you
yeah.
want.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the other tower because I assume that that's where the side content is, which is what I want to do. So.
okay, yeah, I
Alright.
guess we can go to the other tower. It's also like, well, guys, if you go downstairs, you might miss something.
Well, yeah, I don't want you guys to miss anything. I can be upfront about that.
But then you're not gonna tell us which way is the way that we would miss stuff.
Well, no, because I can't metagame.
You don't think the other
Why
thing
say
you're doing?
anything in the first place?
Everyone, shut the fuck
Not
up right now.
metagaming.
I will kill all of you.
Tar lives.
Also, I'm gonna have to put
Oh.
combat music back on because fucking immediately just into another combat encounter. Who
Was
knows?
this why you wanted us to go to another
Well,
combat
none of my
encounter?
fucking necromancy spells work.
I think my neighbor's blowing up something.
that damn toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I still have? No, that's
Say
Gary
it
that has
louder for the
dynamite.
people in the back. Garrett from Minecraft?
I was talking about Gary,
Oh, I thought you said
like
Garrett.
Pestis.
Like Gary from Minecraft.
Yeah, sure.
Minecraft.
Okay, you guys find yourselves crossing this bridge into this tower. And immediately there are two large bronze husks, golems of sort, that blow steam out as you approach and turn to attack you guys. Let me add them to initiative, and then I'll describe this room as well for you. We're actually going to just drop them down to 14. We'll have them go after Mordenkainen. Okay. There are weird trophy cases and things in this room. If you would like to investigate any of this while you're fighting, we can, but I can give more detail after the combat if you would prefer.
Probably combat.
Okay. This brings us to Claire. Claire, you are face to face with these two large golden robots, for lack of a better term.
Are they like hostile right now?
Yes, they are. They are turning and like approaching you to do violence.
Okay. I guess I'll just shoot the closest one.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit for me.
Okay. Well, I got a 15.
That is enough. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Okay. 15?
Yeah. Is that your damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just firing like regular bullets?
I used my Sandhawk, which is like 3 bullets all at once.
You notice that your bullets barely pierce this thing's armor.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Mordenkainen is going to turn into a swarm of bats and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Turn back into a human, or a vampire, rather. And then he pulls out a dagger and goes to stab this guy. You notice his dagger can't pierce through the armor here. It just kind of like clinks against the side of it. It is the first golem's turn. It turns to Mordenkainen. It's going to make 2 attacks on him. Okay, I believe both of those hit. Okay, and then he needs to take... Alright, so you guys see this thing turns around, grabs Mordenkainen, punches him in the face twice, turning like his flesh like into like a bloody pulp. And he's just like still holding him in one hand, and Mordenkainen is nearly limp in his hand. And then the thing like turns to face all of you. This one over here is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Does it have any ranged attacks? I do not believe it does. Okay, that is the golem's turn. Nico is up. Nico goes 5, 10, 15. Holds out his hand. There's this small, like, bolt of fire that comes out. And it completely misses, whiffing past this guy's face. It is Sophie's turn. She stays where she's at. She's going to use her 2 golden guns, firing at the golem next to Nico. They managed to hit. They, too, appear to be doing barely any damage to this golem. It is Zik's turn. Tristan, what would you like Zik to do?
He's gonna run up and try and help Mordenkainen. I almost forgot his name. He's gonna run up and just start pummeling this thing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit. Are
Okay.
his fists magical?
That's yeah, they are. I got a nat 20 on that one.
Okay, hell yeah.
So
Go
that's
ahead
16
and...
damage on the first one.
Okay.
Because he only rolls 1d8,
Right.
and since max damage times 2.
Is that it?
No, he's gonna do 3 more attacks. That is a 19 plus 8. I'm not even gonna do the math because you said 15 hit. 1d8. I think it's 1d8 plus 4, I believe. So it's 12 damage on that one.
Okay.
That's another 19 on the die.
Okay.
That is 8 damage for that one.
Okay.
And then that is a 16 on the die plus 8.
That also hits.
Okay. And that is 6 damage.
Okay. So Zik goes running up and just starts like doom, 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 leaving these giant indents, the magical energy like shocking with every punch, and the golem looks down at Zik. There's no Fang agents here. That brings us up to Atreus. Atreus sees Nico about to get attacked. You see shadows from behind the wall stretch out like these bolts of spears. They go flying towards these golems. That hits. Okay, he does a good chunk of damage as these spears of darkness go flying through this armor and pierce it. That brings us to Floss.
I'd like to cast Vampiric Touch using the Book of Undeath on this thing.
Okay, what does that do?
Basically, I make a melee spell attack against him, and then on hit, he takes 3d6 necrotic damage, and I regain half the hit points. And then until the spell ends, which is concentration 1 minute, I can do it again without spending any more stuff. On
MP.
it. Yeah.
So does he roll a save or do you roll?
I roll a melee spell attack, so
Okay.
it's just using. Where is it? It's just using my. Where is magic? Isn't there like a roll for that? Am I stupid? Yeah, magic, non-combat. Oh, my magic actually kind of sucks. Huh. 16.
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay. It deals 11, so rounding up, I get 6 back. But how much does a 3rd level spell cost again, LP wise?
I don't have any of that on hand. Let's call it a D8 per level.
Is it D8 per level?
Yeah, that's what we'll go with.
That's okay. Because I remember you had a specified number that you used a bunch.
Yeah, I just don't remember.
But okay, that seems kind of ow.
Well, yeah, it's a 3rd level spell. Fireball is a 3rd level spell.
And it's
Is it
like
Fireball
what,
a 5th level spell?
8d6?
Yeah.
No,
So-
Fireball's a 3rd level
no,
spell.
Yeah, Fireball is a 3rd level spell. That's why 3rd level casting is.
All right. Well, it did 9, and I healed 6, so it only does 3.
Okay. And it dealt 9 damage. You said.
No, it dealt 11.
Okay. All right.
Well, to the golem, it dealt
Yeah,
11.
yeah.
To me, it dealt 9, but I healed 6, so it's 3.
Is that your entire turn?
Yeah, I guess, but I have concentration
Okay.
saves that I need to do when he hits me.
So
If he hits me.
Floss goes running up and draws the life energy upon a touch. The book whipping its pages. Severance, that brings us to you.
Time for 80 damage.
Yes. Cheek got way broken with ambidextrous. So. Okay. I guess I'll go for this guy. I'll go 5, 10. Then I'll just hit him with my first weapon. So that will be. Let me see. That's 22
That hits.
to hit. And then that is gonna be. Same thing as last. 4d8 and then. 8d12. Okay. Then. That is, or do I do bleeding damage on this since it's a thing?
No, bleeding damage would not exist.
Okay, so it's just 99 damage.
99 just 99
Yes.
damage, guys. Hey, guys.
That's what happened to ambidextrous, Austin. That's why I told you. I was like, hey, that's kind of crazy that I can do
Just
8d12
Just
every
99
level.
damage. No, yeah, you tear this thing to shreds and it just falls over.
And then I still have my shotgun, so I'm gonna shoot that thing. So that will be 16 plus 7,
Yeah, that hits.
23. Okay, so that is. What was it again? 11d12. That is 67 points of damage.
67?
Yes.
That's enough to kill this guy.
Hard difficulty, my ass.
What?
Don't don't be mad at me. I already told Austin that was a little broken.
Yeah, no, just the gun explodes this thing. And you guys have defeated the golems. Yay! You solved my golem puzzle.
I was gonna do something funny, but that was way cooler. Just oh yeah, let me just pop. Oh, both golems dead.
Severance just carrying the party.
I was gonna
It
jump off of Zik
Oh, that would be
and
cool.
knee this thing in the head.
Okay, so there's a lot of things in this room. Give me one moment, okay? Okay. This is clearly some kind of trophy room. In this room, you can see, holy shit, there is a mummy. And I will say, all of these things are in glass cases and have a plaque next to them. Aside from this one over here that is covered in a large white cloth draped over it, yet to be unveiled. You guys are free to look around. When you look at it, I'll tell you more about it, and then I will copy and paste the plaque and what it says. There is a mummy, 6 butterflies, a minotaur skull, and like a beholder that only has one eye. There is a skull of a large insect, some kind of dead kraken, a large rocky fist, an upper half of a gorgon body, a human brain, skull, and heart. And then, of course, the one that is covered with a cloth. Which ones would you guys like to look at?
Can I uncloth this one that I'm right next to?
Absolutely, Claire. What you see underneath that is a torn and frayed yellow suit jacket, and it looks just like the one that Atreus is wearing. There is a plaque underneath the sort of armor stand that this is on, and I will put the plaque there if you would like to read it. You can also take this jacket. It is a magic item.
I'll take it.
And again, I would love it if one of you guys could read this.
Oh, Atreus, old and torn, a burned man saved, a life reborn from his ages. He was there that day, helped all he could, every single wanton stray. As time may pass and echoes grow, I shall not forget such a kind-hearted soul. Unlucky that it's come to this, that even to you shall meet death's kiss.
And then here is his jacket. You notice part of the jacket is actually like frayed and burned. As Atreus sees this, he like kind of like, I think usually he's very talkative and very like yappy with it. He kind of like is dead quiet and like puts his hands in his pockets.
Word. I guess I'll look at these things right here.
Okay. The human brain, skull, and heart. There is these appear to be like preserved so they won't like rot and decay. Here is the plaque next to them.
Are these seemingly like human-esque, or is it clear
Yeah,
that
no,
it's like another?
this is clear. Like I think it even is labeled as human heart, brain, skull.
Okay. Interesting. Do you also want me to read it out loud?
I would very much appreciate whichever ones that like your character goes to reading that for us, please.
Okay. Splinter groups, they fight and fuss. Little did they know, trust them must. When I arrived to give them choice, they fought hard, restrained their voice. Now, like their kin, they too shall perish. When I am done, what's left they'll cherish.
Would anybody else like to look at stuff? Y'all are quiet today.
I'm just trying to make sure other people can
Yeah,
go.
no, you're
I don't
chill.
interrupt them.
Who would like to look at something else?
I'm gonna go look at the six butterflies.
Yeah, absolutely. You see, um, the label here says butterflight. These appear to be dried and preserved butterflies. And here is what the plaque says.
Six of flutter and six of flight, chains broken, freed one night. Frozen stupor and shared plight, yet bitter words not equaled might. Now here they rest, full of spite. Hmm. Are they just like regular butterflies? Like there isn't really anything else to them?
Could you roll a investigation check if you want to look closer?
Okay.
Can I roll a nature to look?
Yeah, you can roll nature.
Oh,
I got a 15.
Okay, Claire, with an investigation, you're able to tell that there is some kind of like enchantment magic on the box.
I got a 15 for nature.
With that 15 in nature, these aren't naturally occurring butterflies that would like be in this region for sure. Like these are definitely either imported from far away or not created naturally.
Okay, so, okay. Interesting. Is there anything of particular interest with like the breed of these butterflies? Like what type of butterflies they are?
I don't think exactly. I don't think it gets that deep. It's just I think Severance you would know that like these were either imported or like magically made. Like these aren't,
Okay.
you know, from
Yeah.
this area.
Okay, that's kind of what my question was. Interesting. It's kind of peculiar that these are here. These aren't from this area. Um, these are like imported or magically made. Which I think is peculiar.
Yeah, I wonder why they would keep them here.
Floss and Tar, do you guys look at any here in this room?
Tar kind of has like an impatient look on his head or on his face, and he has his arms crossed, kind of like tapping his toe on the ground. But other than
I
that,
guess
nothing really.
something similar for Floss. She's just waiting to leave.
Okay. Severance and Claire, which one do you guys look at next? Next, I guess, if you do at all. I mean, maybe you notice they're impatient.
Always come back here after saving Camilla, but is there anything more like jarring here to immediately look at, I would say?
Jarring? Probably not. I mean, like, these are dead people, right? Like, there is a dead mummy, there's a minotaur skull, there's a beholder that has only its middle eye and the rest have been cut off. There's a large insect skull, there's a dead giant squid, a giant rock hand holding a smaller hand, and half a lamia body.
So this is clearly a trophy room for bodies, for different species at that. I kind of say that to Claire. It's like this is a trophy room for all the different races, species.
Yeah, it's a little sick. I think we should probably get going.
Okay. There are two ways to go. You guys can go upstairs or downstairs.
Up.
Okay.
Going up. La la la, la 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 la.
Actually, sorry, I'm like dying.
Don't die.
We're off to find the wizard. The wizard.
You
The
guys
wizard
find
arrived.
yourselves in a large storage room. There are plenty of crates and boxes and chests to be looted in here. Foods and drinks. This appears to be just like a general storage area.
Okay.
So when you say
There we
chests,
go.
what do you mean?
What'd you say?
When you say chests, what do you mean? Because I don't see any.
I mean chest and like boxes.
Yeah, I guess this one.
Okay. You find 500 green ember.
Neat.
Okay. So I have a list for blood rot ingredients, but I will find those in this room.
You can roll a quick investigation if you'd like to look for blood rot ingredients in this room. Cass is just ninja looting everything.
I mean, unless someone
this
else wants
anything?
it.
Give me one moment. Here's what you find, Floss. You find Ravenheart's origami ravens in this chest. Tar, you find some armor. Because
I'm gonna take the
That
origami
doesn't look
raven.
like a piece of armor. That looks like a sword.
Trust.
I'm
I'm
gonna.
gonna give. Sorry, I'm gonna give the origami ravens to Tar because I don't want them.
Oh, I want that cloak.
Who picked up the cloak?
Tar.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
There is a small, like, latch that seems to, like, be open. There is a small padlock on it.
Has this one been open yet? This chest over here?
Where are you at, Claire? I'm sorry.
I'm like
There.
right there.
No, it has not. You find 1,000 green ember.
What about this little thing?
Oh my god.
You open that, you find 500 green ember.
Cool.
so Tar's gonna hand the cloak to Severance and kind of give like a hearty laugh, saying it won't fit him.
Yay! Severin smiles at you. Actually, she looks very grateful for that.
Tar, I did give you the ravens, just so you know.
Oh, let me put those.
Unless you
Tar
don't want
looks
the
at
ones
it
you can
super
make them.
confused and doesn't know what they are. But he puts the whole fucking box in his little bag.
Yeah, I don't
Also,
like at all.
I
What
will
about
say
this? Sorry, go ahead, Severance.
I rolled a 17 earlier to look for blood rot ingredients.
It does not seem that there are any blood rot ingredients in this room, though a lot of food, enough to feed a small army. Floss, I think that chest has been opened. I think.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, in that case, give me a minute.
Because this one had the green 500, this one had 500, this has 1,000, this had the ravens, this had the origami cloak.
Yeah. This
And
has
that's it so far.
inside of it. Bear with me. I'm trying to find a good item that the party might actually fucking want.
Is the music bot? It is on.
Thank you for
Real.
that. Okay, this is an
Ooh, look at-
ancient fucking magic item, but I know y'all want armor. There you go.
Does anyone want this?
No.
Nobody?
No.
I do not want it.
Nah.
Okay, well then I guess I'll sell it later because I have 2 sets of armor that I used already.
Okay. The only stairs up in here is the way to go up, and then this latch that's like locked.
Did we go through any of these boxes?
Opening those, you find parchment and ink, as well as an entire crate full of those gala posters.
I'll take the parchment and ink, please.
So you said this latch is locked, right?
Yeah, with a very small padlock.
Can Tar try and just rip it open?
Yeah, go ahead and roll brawn for me.
That was a nat 20 on the brawn +5.
You just grab it and throw it, and it's like off. Do you go in?
I kind of want to stick my head down and look first.
You see what appears to be a very lavish, deep purple bedroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down it.
Okay.
I follow.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
Purple is Tar's greatest fear.
Purple?
Not really.
Also, I'm assuming that everybody goes, right?
Yeah.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah, you guys arrive in this lavish bedroom. There is a massive, like, queen-size bed with a large divider in front of it. There is a, like, small study desk, completely clean, with nothing on top. There's, like, a dresser, also clean. There are 3 mirrors standing tall, kind of, like, looking in different directions. There's sort of a small balcony over here with, like, a sliding glass door.
So you were saying that there's nothing on top of the desk? Was there anything in the desk?
Opening it, you see all kinds of like green cloths and bits of metal. Some burn and torn. Others is like another drawer is like fresh cloth, almost like make clothing. Looking in like a bottom drawer on the right, you see like a large sewing machine.
Did Claire tell us about the guy that she saw from her dream?
I don't think she did.
Okay. Since I don't know anything about that, I close it.
Okay.
What happened during that dream? I feel like I barely remember.
You saw Noctis.
Yes, Noctis, the leader of the Fang, draped in green robes and an iron metal mask, approached you, and he told you that, firstly, Severance is a hunter who in time will likely kill you, and that you're not safe as long as you're traveling with her. And that you have two paths. You can either join the Fang and help them create a new world for your people where you can live in safety, or you can continue fighting, and in time, Severance will likely kill you.
Okay.
Word.
Is there a way to keep going down, or is this
No,
the
this
top
is
floor?
this is like the bottom floor.
Oh. Can I go out on the balcony? Is there anything out there?
Nope, there's nothing out on the balcony. You can see the streets of Valhaven in the distance.
Is there anybody outside?
I think you see like weird, like 8-legged deer walking through the alleyways, kind of protecting this section of the city.
Okay, I go back inside.
Wait, can I go off the balcony?
Mm-hmm.
How close is this deer to me, approximately speaking? Like, how high up are we?
Oh god, so we're on the bottom floor. So,
Well, there's a staircase, no? To go down?
the staircase goes
No,
back
it
the way
goes
you.
up.
Yeah, it goes back the way you came, and I think
Wait, so this
even-
latch was for nothing because the stairs just go down?
the stairs go back the way you came, but there's like a secret like door, I'd say. Maybe the stairs are part of the latch.
I don't know.
I don't know either. This is like ground floor, I'd say. Like, I mean, maybe it's like 10 feet below.
And how far away is the deer thing?
Probably like 120 feet.
Let me see something. Hold on. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Can I?
Also,
check
1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Severance. You find a very small locked chest. There is a very small, like padlock that seems to be like one of those code locks where you have to put in a name. There are
How
6
many
letters.
is it? I look around. Can I break the lock?
Go ahead and roll brawn.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
I got a 18.
Your attacks like ring as it it tries to shatter it, and it's not enough. It appears to be like magically protected.
I hold the locked box out. I like turn around and hold it out to anyone. I can't break this open. The lock is magical. Tilt my head.
R's gonna give it a go.
Okay, Tark, go ahead and roll brawn for me. I will say the DC on this is like 50. Because it's like a magical lock you can't just like open.
Wait, hold on. Where's this magic block we're talking about?
So you're gonna hate me. Because technically my fists are magic for the sake of overcoming resistances,
Okay.
and I just rolled another nat 20.
Tar.
If it doesn't work, that's okay.
With a natural 20, Tar just like easily just one punch, poof, the lock breaks and the chest is able to be opened.
I look in the chest.
You see documents pertaining family history of the Ambrose family, newspapers talking about the events that perspired during the Invention Day, about how hunters came and attacked and ransacked the Ambrose estate. At the time Ambrose estate, mind you, Claire has been to the new one. and how the family was all but murdered except for the son, now heir to the Ambrose family lineage, Yandril Ambrose. And he was just 15 at the time. And like in the article, there's a guy talking about how like horrible it is, like why would anyone do this? Kinwell, the father, was like an upstanding guy. I mean, he tried to like feed the poor and the sick, and he never hurt a soul. So why hunters would come for him when there are monsters in the city is a very pertinent question. There is like a family tree that's like very intricately like and well done. There's like a birth certificate. It seems to be like just documents pertaining to like the Ambrose family history here in this lockbox.
Like it has all the birth certificates in here?
No, just Yandril Ambrose's.
Okay. Okay. So Yandro Ambrose was the only one that survived. Or the only one that was not killed.
Yeah.
Is there anything in any of these that kind of talk about that? Why he was the only one, if it was for any reason?
As you like, I think that's like a front page headline. This is like a read more, and you flip. Like Severance is fully investigating this here. I'm not going to have you roll. You find that a local man by the name of Atreus had saved the boy in the fire, rushed him to safety, as well as saving 23 others.
I slowly look at Atreus. Why didn't you tell us you saved him?
Atreus rolls his eyes.
You know, it's what anybody would have done.
But you'd even tell us. That's pretty important.
It's really not important information, kid. Nothing you need to worry about.
If Yandro Ambrose is partly behind everything that's happening, it's pretty important for us to know that you saved him.
Atreus doesn't say anything to you.
Severance actually starts getting closer to Atreus. It kind of starts getting in his face a little bit. You have the most information that we are looking for right now. Not only are we trying to save Camilla, but we are trying to investigate this, and you have full direct contact with him. You're there on this day, and you don't know anything?
No,
You were
that's...
with the kid of the son, of the man who was running the whole thing.
And you know what? For a couple of years there, we kept in contact, and I'm glad that the kid survived. And he left without a scratch on him, okay? And I'm very happy about it. But that's not pertinent to anything else going on here, right? I mean, he's tied up with the Fang, cool. Maybe I can talk to him and back him away from this criminal organization he's found himself with. The point is I'm here to fight the Fang because they killed a bunch of my yellow jackets back in the day. That has nothing to do with me saving that kid.
You have Floss going and finding more information on half of this when you would be the one that knows the most right now.
I don't know what else I could tell you that you already haven't found out.
Cerberus just shakes her head, and I think she starts to kind of leave.
Okay. Tar, Claire, do you guys do anything in here?
Is there anything in these like side dresser?
Hell fucking yeah.
in these
Claire,
side dresser?
looking in the side dressers, you find some small vials of fresh blood. Not blood rot, just regular fresh blood. It looks higher quality, actually. Maybe cleaner. You would recognize that, I think, Claire.
I'm gonna take those vials.
Oh yeah.
How many would you say there was?
There's a good like 6 of them, I think.
Okay. And then probably after that, I'll probably start heading down as well.
Tar,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
I know this is a vanity, right?
Yeah.
Is there drawers on this set?
There are
vanity?
drawers on the vanity.
I open drawers.
You see a lot of sunscreen, and some like generic concealer and makeup.
I take the makeup and the sunblock.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Um,
walk. I'm gonna walk over to Atreus and hand him the makeup and say, "Now you can cover up your ugly scar."
Oh, well, you know, I
Oh.
appreciate it,
Jokingly,
That's very
jokingly.
kind of you.
and like I think everybody's clearly like leaving, right? Like going up the stairs.
Yeah.
Atreus actually grabs your armatar.
You know, if you and I just
Oh.
have a moment here. Earlier, you said that I was just like you. Let's make one thing fucking clear.
And he looks you up and down.
You're what, some kind of dojo sensei freak? Think you're doing good going out there helping who you can, saving your little students? We're nothing fucking alike. You thrive in being a hero. I don't consider myself anything like that. I'm just a fucking guy. You understand that?
I mean, considering that you saved what 20 plus people, that's pretty heroic.
It's not heroic. You would have done more, and you know it. I was just the right man in the wrong place. No fucking
The
big
right
whoop
man,
about it.
exactly. A hero.
I don't want you or your friends turning this into some kind of big fucking deal, okay?
Oh, oh. So he's growing
No,
bigger.
he's not.
Tar just kind of huffs and bees like, Tar kind of just gives like one of those huff sighs and just like, you can think whatever you want about yourself, but you save people, and that's that.
He kind of like squints at you.
I'll never do what you do. Don't forget that.
You already did.
And we continue. Okay. Where would you guys like to go? You still have the basement. You also have another
I thought that
floor
this was
here.
I thought that this was the
The
bottommost
basement
floor.
of the other tower, I mean. Sorry. And then you have
Okay,
like
well-
what would be the top floor of here?
Guess we can go to the
Wait,
top
I
floor.
think I accidentally flung someone into the void.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
they're gone forever now.
Yes. There you go. Let's finish this tower before we go into the basement, because that's clearly like where all the stuff's at.
You guys arrive. Holy shit, so many NPCs to just drag fucking everywhere, dog. Are we having fun, chat? Are we enjoying?
Where's the basement?
It's gonna be up. It's gonna be like way up. Wicked
Oh.
up.
Oh.
But are you guys having a good time? I've noticed y'all are like quieter today, but I'm just assuming that's like trying to make room for everybody.
We had a good time. I'm just trying to make room.
Okay, I gotcha.
We-
I was worried there for a moment.
no, I'm having fun. I'm having
Okay.
fun. Don't worry about it.
Okay. That's everybody, right? Okay. You guys arrive into this sub-level. In here, there are two things of note. One, this is an organ, trust. There is on a pedestal, this kind of smoky purple orb that has like glitter inside of it, and it glows with like a faint magical aura.
You said this is a organ
Yes.
and not a throne?
No, it is a giant fuck-off piano.
Okay. You said this thing?
That is a purple smoky orb.
Can I roll magic on it to try and identify it?
You can.
21.
With a 21, it appears to be some kind of divination orb that you can see people with.
Cool.
You guys can use it if you would like to.
I like lean closer to the orb. Camilla,
all of you see the orb shifts in color. We see a small stone room, a pit of spikes below. Panning up, we see hanging from the ceiling in this large iron cage, arms chained to like the top of the cage's rungs, is Camilla. Injured, wounded, beat up, still bleeding. She spits out blood and looks angrily at someone who's just out of frame.
Servants does breathe a little bit more better now, knowing that he's still alive. That means we just still have time.
Do we
Is this
recognize?
another-
Or, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if this is another staircase, this is actually
No,
here.
that's just like, don't worry about it. It's not there.
Okay.
What were you gonna say, Claire?
I was just like, do we recognize where she's at? Have we had seen it before?
You have not seen that room before.
No. Okay.
Do any of you guys want to use the orb aside from Severance?
Mm. I think Claire's gonna go up to the orb and she's gonna say, Yandril Ambrose.
Holy shit!
Oh God.
Okay. We see that room again. We see Camilla in that cage. We pan over to the
Oh.
left. And interestingly enough, standing there, we see a figure in green robes and a large iron mask. He alone stands there.
Wait, what?
He appears to turn away from the scene and walk out of the room. The orb fades. Would any of you like to use the orb?
Wait, okay, I'm trying to remember. Does Severin know about Noctis?
Did Atreus see that?
Everyone has seen this.
Wait.
So, I'm assuming a lot of people are having reactions. I know Nico's eyes go wide. Atreus looks pissed. Severance, you knew about Yandril. I don't think you ever saw Noctis, but you heard of him. I think the only person, like, Atreus and Rudy have both described a figure in green robes. So I think, logically, you guys know that a figure in green robes leads the Fang.
I say Noctis into it just to confirm my.
Saying the word Noctis, the orb, we see that same figure. The green robes, the metal mask, walking down a hallway past one of these golden golems, across red-fashioned carpets, down a hall, continuing to walk one step after another.
Can Claire just take a moment to like explain to everybody in the party what dream she saw?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get this in character. This is a very big moment.
Oh, I I kind of just look at everybody. I think I should have told you guys sooner about this, but I had a dream of this guy, this this man in green, and I feel like Claire would kind of hesitate a little bit and look towards Severance. He warned me about you.
Severin tilts her head a bit. About me?
About hunters, that I shouldn't trust them, and that if I continue this with you, I could end up dead. But like, that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say here is I think I think Ambrose and what's his name? Nocturne?
Noctis.
Noctis. I think they might be the same person? Question mark. At least that's what I'm getting.
Severus kind of stares at the old for a moment, but she doesn't.
Before
I
the
think she's just
NPCs have
thinking about it.
reactions, do any of you guys have reactions?
I think Floss left. But
Okay.
Severus
Tar?
just
Tar's kind of just clenching his fist really tightly, like he's about to break something after seeing the Camilla scenario, and he's trying to hide the expression on his face.
Nico says, I suppose it would make sense that if I saw Yandril interacting with the Fang outside of whatever that is, that's why he would have kidnapped Camilla, because I saw his real face, saw who he really was.
oh, wait, when did that happen?
That was the driving force of the game. when you guys had returned from the grimoire and
Oh,
everyone was
okay.
kidnapped.
Yeah.
Atreus says, I don't understand what would drive Yandril to such violence.
Hmm.
it makes taking him out easier, I guess.
What else do you guys do? Floss, do you have a reaction to this reveal?
Not particular.
Okay. Very cool. You now,
Table
and for
clear.
your personal notes, you now know that Noctis and Yandril Ambrose are the same person.
The leader of the Fang is the same
Oh.
person as Yandril Ambrose.
Alright.
I am
Plus-
updating my priorities.
Where do we go, gang?
I guess we're gonna way to the basement of the other tower. I would
Okay.
say.
Yeah.
Unless I was supposed to go through something else.
The basement. Oh, I didn't section these areas. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Which way? I guess it's here, technically? I have to move fucking everybody again. Hopefully that's the last, like, dragging of everybody and their mom for a while. Yay, guys. Big reveal. Big moment. Hope it was
I can
cool.
also help you drag.
Oh, we're gonna be squished in this little thing.
Yeah, no, that was my
Yeah.
thought.
Where are we going?
Hey guys, I cast fireball.
I think that's the first time I've done, like, a fucking plot twist, bro. Huge.
That was pretty
Heavy.
fucking hot.
You say unhandled?
I wasn't expecting it. I was just curious
That
to know
was
where he
sick.
was.
Wait, why are we down
Like-
here?
This is the
Wait,
basement.
why is he in
Floss.
here?
Why is who in here?
Oh,
There's a Fang
the
down
other-
here.
Of the other tower.
Yeah,
Oh.
what's this guy doing in here?
We're on court.
Wait a
We
second.
fucking have him in court.
It's like you guys are in the fucking
He, like, steps back,
elevator.
he, like- No, yeah, he like steps back. I'm like, oh, there's other people coming. He's like, wait a minute, these are not the other Fang members.
Okay, so what happens
Can we all
is,
just
like,
gang up on him at once?
yes, I love that. So here's what this, and I'm not gonna have you roll for it because there's a million of you, and this is really funny. So I think, like, we see the scene. The Fang guard is just, like, standing there. He's got, like, his hands crossed. He's, like, tapping his foot, and then the door opens, and we see clunk, 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 clunk. People start piling in, and his eyes go wide as he quickly realizes that's not the Fang. And you guys all just, like, beat the ever-loving shit out of this guy, and he's dead.
My God, we beat him to death.
There is a shut door in front of you. It is locked though from this guy there is a large, comically sized key ring.
I'm gonna open it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Some of you recognize
Oh.
this hallway as the
Oh.
hallway that Noctis was
Oh.
just walking through.
Hmm.
There's a large golden golem here. I'm gonna go ahead and roll his initiative. I guess I can just use the old golem initiative. Let me get that combat music going. I doubt this will go too long though, because it's one guy versus everybody and their mom.
Does this guy not see us, or?
He does. I'm prepping combat. Okay. Holy fuck. Where are we in initiative? It is Tar's turn.
Yes.
Alrighty.
There is one golem immediately in front of you who turns and steam hisses out. Also down the hallway, there's another one who notices you.
That is a 26 to hit.
Where's the grid?
No grid because it overlaps with the little tiles here and it looks bad.
I mean, we had that earlier.
Okay, well, I mean, if you want it to look like this, be my guest. What'd you roll,
I mean, it's
Tar?
pretty weird.
26.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta do math because I roll a lot. I roll more dice than I did before. That's 38 points of damage on the first one.
Oh, yeah?
And that is a 23.
Hell fucking yes, you're doing great, dude.
Yeah. Well, 23 to hit on the second one. The first one was 38 damage.
Yeah. No, you're doing great, though.
Okay.
Is that your whole turn?
No, I rolled a 28 for my second attack, or 21 to hit for my second attack, and I'm rolling the dice right now.
Yeah. I love that. Another one. Bruh, 2 more.
And this one is 46 points of damage.
This is dead. For certain, this guy's dead. So Tar goes running forth and just like starts beating the shit out of this golem, and it crumbles. It is worth noting that there is a door here, 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 here. I believe that is your turn. Yes.
Unless I can move. Actually, no, I'm not gonna move until after we kill. Okay, fuck it.
Okay. Claire, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Hold on. 10, 15, 20, okay, I'm gonna move all the way over here. Can I hit this guy from all the way over here?
Yeah, absolutely.
other-
That's the beauty of being a gun person.
Okay. I'm gonna use my my blowback supreme.
Your what? What are you doing?
It's called the blowback supreme.
I know. No, I know.
I got an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. That more than hits. Go ahead and roll that damage. That's Rudy's shotgun, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that I
Yes.
still haven't
Return.
gotten given to him. Okay. I'm gonna do 3d12 damage. Let's see. I got 17 damage.
Hell yeah. Some shots like pang into its shoulder. It doesn't look happy about it. Is that your turn, Claire?
Yeah, I think that's all I want to do.
All right. I don't know why the initiative just fucked up. It's Mordenkainen. He goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He'll go diagonal for 30. He can't really do shit, I'm not gonna lie. It is this golem's turn. Oh! That golem initiative is way up there. My fucking dumbass. He goes 5, 20, 25, 30. He doesn't have any ranged attacks, so that's all he can do. It is now Nico's turn. Nico goes 5, 10, 50, 20, 25. How far away? Does he have any shit that could hit from that distance? I realistically don't think he does. So we'll go to Soph. Goes 5, 10, 15. Holy shit. 20, 25, 30. And she hit with her guns at this distance. We'll call that 120 for her, so that's fine. She fires her 2 golden pistols at this guy. Neither of them hit. What does Zik do?
I'm looking. There it is. Monk tier 3. All right, so 55 feet of movement.
That's so useful right now. This place is crowded.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And then I think I'm just going to use an action to dash and move another 55.
Hell yeah.
Oh, never mind. That's a bonus action.
You could just do that. Fuck yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right. Yeah, he's just going to book it all the way down to the other one.
Yeah, Zik goes like Naruto running down the hallway past Claire towards the giant golem.
Okay, so he's going to make 4 unarmed strikes.
Hell yeah.
That is 24.
Okay. That hits.
That is 5 points on the first one.
5 points?
Yeah, I rolled a 1
Okay.
on the damage. 11 plus 8 is 19.
Okay. Hits.
That is 12 points of damage on this one.
Okay.
That's a 16 hit.
Yeah.
Okay. That is 6 more points of damage. And final attack, that's an 18. And 7 plus 4, 11 points on the last attack.
Oh yeah, Zik goes running up and starts like beating the shit out of this guy. Bang Ancient. No, thank you. Atreus. 20 back here. Down here next to you. Tar, you see Atreus goes and runs and he's like hiding behind you. And then he holds out his hand, and from the shadows behind this golem, they reach out, grab the golem, and pull it down into its shadowy darkness, the golem itself disappearing in darkness. That is going to be combat. I know the music's intense as fuck for the end of combat, good god. But don't worry, I'm sure we'll hear it or something like it very soon. Okay. You guys have solved my little golem puzzle. There is a door here, one over here, and here, and here, and here, and here. You guys are free to explore as you like.
I think Tar's just going to check this door with Zik first.
Okay. Is Lucas back yet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Then
We
we do
will
not
wait.
do anything.
We will wait to
Yeah,
open
let's
this
wait.
door until Lucas is back.
Okay.
But you guys are having fun today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know I'm quiet, but I haven't had any caffeine or sleep.
Got you. Got you.
I felt that.
We've already had such a big reveal already. Isn't that fun?
I know. So
Yeah,
I was
that was
going to
pretty
ask
cool.
you.
Mhm.
I don't know if you had anything prepped for part of Tar's backstory with the whole Wilhelm thing. I was going to ask the orb that.
You know, that would be very interesting, wouldn't it? if you asked.
I was gonna ask that, but I'm yeah.
It's okay. You can always go back and revisit it once you're done, right? We
Yeah.
have an intermission, yeah, technically, until Lucas is back, because what lies through this door is of everyone's importance, I believe.
I'm gonna DM you something
Lucas
real
is here.
quick.
Yes, DM for me, Connor.
I
Please.
want to know if this is what I think it is.
Okay.
Right?
What's going on right now?
We were on intermission while you were AFK. They killed the golems. No, not yet, Connor. This is the opposite of that right now, kind of, if that makes sense. Yeah. You go and you open this door. You know what? Yeah, that's right. I have to adjust things from monologues because he was alone in this room. We see
Oh my god.
hanging above a pit of spikes in a large cage, hands chained above to where she can't use her hands, on her knees. The cage itself hanging, suspended midair, chains holding this cage on the wall. She's wounded, bloodied, visibly, heavily injured. There's a deep pit of spikes that's about 12 feet deep. Across the way, there's a very comfortable large sofa chair with a glass of wine and snacks next to it, as well as on the floor used torture instruments. As you all enter, Zik immediately rushes to the edge and holds out a hand. Camilla! She looks up at you guys. Sensei, Zik.
Art can't even form words right now. Is there anything that we can see to help her get out of that right now?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Is
well,
there
I have an
a,
idea.
I also.
Oh,
have
sorry.
an
Go ahead,
idea.
Severance.
Is there a door on this cage?
Yes,
on,
there
any
is
of
a
the doors?
door. There's a very small padlock holding the door together.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use Monster Mash and grow to 18 feet tall.
Holy shit, real. Tar instantly just grows massive in size. Camilla can't help but smile.
I'm going to pick up Zik,
Holy shit.
and I'm going to extend Zik over to try and open the gate.
Fuck yeah. Go ahead and roll a quick nimble from Zik. That would be dexterity.
Up from Zik? Okay. That is a 19 on the dice plus 8.
Okay, so you managed to hold him out on your massive paw, I think, and he's reaching out towards it. He fiddles with the lock a bit, and he's able to unlock it. It goes falling to the ground in the pit of spikes below. The door opens. Camilla pulls her chains, snaps them, and she slowly, limply, grabs Zik's hand. The true, embrace for, a half hug. I nearly thought I lost you, brother. Zik is holding her tight. Maybe we should get you out of this pit of spikes before we celebrate.
Severance waves a hurried hand over for trying to bring the buff down to her.
I bring them both.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
they
tearing
both-
up a little bit.
They both come over. Camilla, before tending to her wounds, wraps Tar in the biggest hug.
Tar hugs back and is bawling.
It's good to see you, Sensei.
Yeah, it is.
Severance, I believe there was something you wanted to do?
I wanted to try and help Camilla with her wounds and do a medicine check.
Yeah, go ahead and roll, just roll 2 medicine checks for me.
Like 2 different ones?
Yeah.
Okay, my first one was 17. My second one was a 19.
On a 17, you're able to tend to her wounds and bring her up back to full. On your second medicine check, while like patching up her wounds, you do notice, like on the vein of her arm where her forearm would meet like the lower half of her arm, there is some kind of entry point from a needle.
Ooh.
But do I notice any like discoloration or anything like that from it?
I don't think that's the case, but clearly
Okay.
something has been inserted into her arm at some point.
Do you know what he injected you with?
She makes a concerned, furrowed brow. I'm not entirely sure. It was this glowing red liquid. I'm not the first. There's others they've been doing these filthy experiments on. I don't know what they're trying to obtain, but I've seen them draw the blood and life from people. And that guy, Noctis. And she makes like a disgusted face. He's planning on attacking the gala.
In my Sigil language to look for. I know it didn't give me information about blood rot, but about the effects of inserting blood rot into a person.
Roll magic for me.
That is a 19.
With a 19. It doesn't give you exactly what you're looking for, but perhaps it's pertinent, especially on a 19. There's a passage about attunement. A long time ago, far before magic was in the blood of people of Reliance, before there were so many casters, magic items weren't so easy to use. You would have to sit down and attune yourself to a magic item. You would have to spend downtime to like put your soul and the magic item on the same wavelength. And by doing so, that thing kind of became attached to you. And sometimes that meant things. That meant that, like, a sword could come flying back to your hand, or you would always know where it was. There were, a dozen sort of magical artifacts. Interesting that when you ask it about the blood rot, the Sigic language replies with information about attunement.
That does. Okay. I don't think Severance would be able to. I'm not able to connect that with this exactly, and I don't really think Severance would be able to either.
Okay.
So I just closed it for now.
I think Zik can't stop looking at Camilla, and like he's just smiling ear to ear. And then he turns to Tar. Should we go home? Or should we find Noctis or Yandril and stop him?
We're not done here. He's going to pay.
But you both should go home.
Camilla looks at Severance. I don't want to just leave after everything he's done. I've got revenge to pay.
You are recovering. After everything that just happened, it's best if you rest.
Camilla turns to Tar. What do you think I should do?
You both have far surpassed me when I was your age. You both are so strong. But now's not the time to prove that. You both need rest. You both haven't had a chance to. We just got Zik, 2 days ago? And he's been fighting nonstop. He needs to rest, and so do you.
Where do you want me to go?
I give them Rudy's address.
Hell fucking yeah. Zik takes the address, recognizes it, because he was there, right?
Yeah, for like 30 minutes before we
Yeah,
or no, he stayed the night there.
he did. So he looks to Camilla and he says, "I think you'll like this guy." And he grabs her hand. The two look at you, tears kind of welling up in their eyes a little bit. Camilla says, "You better get out of here alive. If you don't, I'll just bring you back."
Oh.
And the two of them leave. They have left the party.
How do we know that they make it there safe, though? Like, do we just assume that they do make it there?
I believe Zik has one of the friendship bracelets, right? Is that right?
Yep.
So you guys...
No.
Oh, okay.
No?
No, he doesn't.
No, it's just us four.
Okay,
It's Atreus, Sophie, and us four, and Rudy.
Okay, yeah. You'll just have
Oh.
to account on good faith that they make it back.
I mean, I don't know. There is a giant fucking divination orb in the other room, but
Yeah, true. What would you guys like to do from here?
I look to Tar and Claire. I think we should kill everyone else here. The rest of the Fang members.
Yes, I agree.
Har doesn't say anything, but he walks out of the room. He's just filled with hatred and anger right now.
off-topic question.
Sorry, what's
Is
up?
Tar still, like, huge?
Yes.
Can you fit through the door?
Tar has to, like, squeeze through the door.
Okay.
Floss, you had a question.
Yeah, off-topic question, Severance. Why are you doing 11d12?
I just took a thing from this. Hold on, let me copy that.
Is this like a...
The new thing in the fighter tree where they can add 2 of their hit die.
And then so it originally starts as additionally you can add 2 of your hit die to the damage dealt while dual wielding. This increases by another hit die for every level you take from here on out. So I am level 9 right now, and from when I got this I was level 2.
I
So
assume...
every level
Wait,
from
are you
that.
multi-class? Like, what level in this tree are you?
I was 5, but when I had asked Austin, he said it would be all my levels.
No,
would be
it
all
should
your
not
le-
be. It should not be all your levels. Anytime there is a damage.
Why did you tell me different?
Well, I was wrong. Anytime there is damage coming from a specific, like, class tree, like a Soul Reaver weapon, it is solely that class level times whatever it is. So, like, a Soul Reaver is times D8, right? So Tar would be, what, 1d8? I mean, you're not Soul Reaver, are you? But if...
I'm not.
I think you get what I mean. It's class level,
Oh.
and I should specify that in the rules.
Yes. Because I did ask you that, and you go, no, it'd be your hero level, and I was like, okay.
Well, I was on some bullshit, I guess.
So my level in tank is 5. What
So
would
it
it
would
be
be-
then?
It would be... Because you get 2 from that ability, right? So it would be
Yes.
7 instead, not 11.
Well, I've got 8 originally. It would be 11 for certain, like with my shotgun, it's 3d12. And so then I'd add that on.
Okay.
Austin, I thought we changed it to every 2 levels as well, because I brought up to you
We
that
can,
it would
we
be like
can-
32.
We can establish things after.
Okay.
For now, let's call it your class level times whatever.
Yeah, I always thought it was class level. Makes sense. Anyways.
I had asked that, and I was told differently.
Well, I was wrong, and I'm
apologize.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
I
So
feel like
it's
you're upset
7?
with me now. I'm sorry.
I don't like when people come at me asking me these questions, and I'm like, I just did what you told me.
I'm not trying to come at you. Like, you're chill.
I don't.
You're big chillin'.
So
let's
is
continue.
it 7? Am I doing 7?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. There is a door here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Holy shit, you're going that way already. Alright, bet.
Oh no, that's the next door over.
I need to prep the music. Hold on.
Oh.
Oh.
Shit, I didn't have the music open for this. Well, we're just gonna have to bet. Fuck, we'll do it live! Entering this room, there's a handful of things we notice. Firstly, this is a room filled to the brim with Fang agents. They're all sitting here at church-like pews. Down at the middle, there are two prominent figures. One, a full Mind Flayer woman in dark robes. Next to her, a half-human, half-Mind Flayer woman with 3 eyes, also dressed in like dark black attire. They're talking to the Fang here. I guess Severance is just kind of peeking into this room at this point.
Yeah. For right now.
What do you do?
Can I see like everything in here from where I'm at?
I
or-
would say so. You can also hear her speaking, and if you would like me to tell you what she's saying, I can do that.
Yes.
Okay. The woman, half flay woman, says, "That is why, when the time comes, we will make a move towards the first of the 3. It has been given an order from Noctis himself. We will be the tip of the spear that penetrates the heart of this city. While they handle the gala, we will handle what's much more important. The stones." You see a bunch of them like raise their fists and kind of cheer. The hybrid woman looks to the Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer says, "Very good, my daughter." She turns. "We have worked for years in this plan, and finally, Noctis has found a route out. After searching hundreds of magic items, he has found the key to our survival, to the new world!" And all of them raise fists again and cheer, "A new world!" They have not noticed you yet, Severance.
I'm gonna come back over here and give everyone the kind of lay through that there's 13 people in there. 2 of them are golems. Seems the other door at the end. Maybe another way in, directly next to the golems and 2 of the leaders. Is everyone okay to attack?
Claire nods.
Okay. Severance is actually gonna go in through the other door over here, I'm assuming.
Hell fucking yeah. You guys are free to set up as we roll initiative. I just
Are we
need...
re-roll?
Well, no, we're not re-rolling. I need to roll for them. Holy shit. When was the last time we saw a Mind Flayer in this fucking game?
I don't know. This is my first time.
Connor knows. Not 020, just 20, bro. Imagine rolling nat 20 on initiative. How's my Fang guys and my golems looking? Okay, and
I'd say for the purposes of this encounter, make all Fang 1.
Well, I did, so...
Okay. Well, I was just letting you know.
It is Atreus' turn. He doesn't... Fuck. He kind of whispers in Severance's ear.
Are we attacking now?
Severance nods.
And he kind of like whispers again in your ear.
Check this shit out.
he holds out his hand, and shadows open beneath this golem, and it falls into the shadow and then vanishes.
Oh
What? Oh.
yeah.
Floss, you're up. What would you like to do?
Severance not approvingly.
I don't have holding out for a hero. Don't I have a magic item that lets me do something kind of similar to that? I'm gonna use the Atlas to bunker down as my action.
Hell yeah. Would you like to remind me what this does?
I can block any attack made against me, nullifying the damage to 50%. If I get attacked
Hell
next
yeah.
turn, like until my next turn. It's just like a block in an RPG, essentially. I guess.
I got you. So let's get that combat music going, yeah. Okay. That is Floss's turn. Severance, you're up.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I run over and I jump over and I do a swinging slash on this guy with my first hit.
Hell yeah, go ahead and roll to hit for me.
Okay. And then also
And which guy is it? I'm sorry.
this one.
The mother, of course.
Then also, because of my weapon, I actually did it the first time. I'm so happy. This is the first time it worked. Okay. I also have a thing that when I roll a d6 on hitting a monster, if I get a 6, they gain the fear effect and must use their action to move away from me.
Holy shit.
This ends after 1d4 rounds. I managed to get a 6. Oh, shit.
So it's afraid of you?
Yes. And it'll last for 2 rounds.
Hell yeah.
But with my hit, it'll be 4d8, and then what did we make it? 7d12. Okay.
Holy shit. This is gonna be huge, by the way. What's that damage look like?
I am getting it because also then I have to do my leeching. Okay, hold on. So right now it's 67 times 0.3. So that is 87 damage
Holy shit.
with 20 lasting for,
Holy shit.
for 2 rounds.
87?
Yes. And
Fuck
then
me,
it'll
dude.
get 20 damage at the next round. I think the round after that.
Okay.
So even as it's running away, it'll be damaged.
Severance goes running, does like a very cool like jump over this podium, bringing down her weapon on this older female mind flayer, the mother, like cutting a massive gash in her. Her eyes go wide. This eldritch being before you like begins to take a step back, bumping into the statue, and she says, "The child savior, what are you doing here?"
Severus doesn't say anything as she shoots this girl in the face with her shotgun.
Holy shit.
And she is actually gonna use. Let me. Where it would. It. I am going to use both barrels to fire it, which will knock me 5 feet back
Hell
in
yeah.
the direction opposite to my opponent. So that is a 18.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that is what is. Sorry, I'm having to keep scrolling up and down. Okay, so that is 6d12 plus 7d12.
Oh my god.
So that is 13d12. Okay. That is 100 damage, and I move back 5 feet.
100 damage? Just 100 damage? That would be... Okay. You then
Yeah,
pull
we'll
your gun
say-
out and blast this lady's face. Part of her tentacles like go flying off. She too looks in fear, her eyes wide, and you can tell she recognizes you. You're knocked back from this blast a couple of feet.
I will say also, while I am wielding this, I am resistant to necrotic, leeching, and corrosive damage.
Fuck yeah. That brings us to Tar.
Can I pick this guy up and crush his head with my other hand?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll an unarmed attack for me.
Okay. That is a 26.
Yeah, that of course that hits.
$42.
You pick up this guy, and then with your other hand, you just like come down and crush this guy's head, and he is instantly.
Oh no, I meant like just full blown
Oh.
with just my fingers, just crush his
Oh
head
my
in my
God.
palm.
Okay, so you take your one hand and just crush his skull. Jesus Christ, Tar.
And can I throw this guy's body at the other one that's down here?
Yeah.
All right. That is a 27.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage. We'll just call this an unarmed attack. Why not?
Okay. 16 plus another. $39 points of damage.
He's also dead. The body just goes flying and like lands on him and kills him.
All
Is
right,
that-
that's the turn.
Okay. We move to the daughter of the mother and daughter combo. She recognizes you, Severance, and she says, "You need to stay out of our way, little girl." She holds out a hand towards you. Holy shit, this isn't just for you. This is all the friendlies in sight. So Tar, Severance, and Atreus. And arguably Nico. I need education saving throws.
Okay. That is an 18.
Okay.
Okay.
What'd you say?
17.
Okay.
I'm really scared because this is like a BBE.
And then Atreus failed. Severance is the only one who passes.
Yeah.
On a pass, Severance, you're going to take half damage. You take... Let me double check. Do I want to roll this? Fuck it, we'll roll it. It's cooler to roll it, I think. I need more dice, hold on.
Be too worried about this, I have leeching.
So Tar and Atreus take 25 points of psychic damage. You only take half, Severance. So we'll call that 12 for you. There's a blast of psionic energy that echoes throughout the room. Also, Tar and Atreus will lose their next turn.
That's fine.
But Severance is fine.
Yay!
Can she do anything else on her turn? Let's check. Sorry, I'm just double checking here. I believe not. That is her turn for now. Claire, you're up.
Yeah, I'm trying to
You can go through
hmm.
friendlies, I will say. So if you need to get around Tar, you can.
Hold on. Would you say I have the same amount of movement like as I do if I was like a swarm of bats?
Yeah, they're
Or
both
do
30 feet. I rolled up a character who's a vampire, and like obviously Mordenkainen does it. The way I see it is that you have 30 feet of movement in your regular form, and then additional 30 feet of movement in your vampire bat form, and you can like interchangeably use those. Is my thought.
really? Okay,
So you
so
could
I'm
cheese
gonna
60
I
feet of
mean,
movement if you
technically
needed
have
to.
60.
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. And then I'm gonna try to swarm of bats. I'm gonna try to 5, 10. I'm gonna get behind this Fang guy because he's like sitting, like looking straight forward, right?
I mean, they're looking all around the room now that shit is happening.
Okay. Can I just like, um, can I try to like just bite him and like drain the life out of him?
Yeah, go ahead and we'll call this an unarmed attack.
Yeah. Okay. I got a 19.
Yeah, that's enough. Let's call this 2 of your hit die of damage.
2 of my hit die. What is that? Wait, okay. 11 points of damage?
Oh yeah. And you're able to siphon life from that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll get 11 back? Is that how that works?
Okay.
Is that your turn, Claire?
Yeah, I believe that's my turn.
Okay. Mordenkainen. 1, 25. Then he turns into a swarm of bats. Shit. And goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nico is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. See the Mind Flayer. His eyes go wide. He's going to then use on these 3 guys. Okay. These 3 bolts of fire shoot from Nico's hand and attack these 3 Fang people. One of these dies. The other 2 are wounded. Okay. It is now the Fang's turn. Let's see. This guy's gonna go 5, 10, 15. Run up at Nico. That's a hit. He's gonna take some damage. This guy runs up and like stabs Nico in the stomach. This guy goes 5, 10, 15, runs at Mordenkainen, seeing that he's weak already. It's a nat 20. Uh-oh, this could be bad. He stabs Mordenkainen. Mordenkainen does not look good. Like he's like actively about to like fall over. This Fang guy turns around and attacks Claire. Does an 18 hit?
Yeah.
You take 12 points of damage as he stabs a dagger into your neck.
Oh, okay.
This one is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one's going to go 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. This one... that's their turns. Sophie... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, she's just like right behind Tar. It's the golem's turn. This golem approaches Severance. Hello, Severance. How you doing, Pookie?
Okay, right now.
He gets to make 2 slams on you.
Oh,
Does a
spectacular.
23 hit and does a 25 hit.
Yes, they both do.
Okay. There's also no save for this, so I do have to apologize. Hold on. You take 14 points of damage, and you are grappled. You must use your turn to break out of the grapple.
You said 14?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it's like a saving throw on your turn.
And then I wouldn't be able to do anything else with my turn.
Right.
Unless you have a bonus
Sure.
action attack, because it counts as your action.
Right. Yeah, you can do that as well.
No, unfortunately.
It's the mother's
Okay.
turn. So she must use her full movement to get away from you. Can she still do stuff?
She has the fear effect, so whatever that is.
Okay. Let me double check.
Also, if she's running away from me, can I not do my seize the opportunity then?
She would need to be within your range. And
You are also grappled.
Yeah, you are also
I was
grappled.
just wondering.
So it would be
fucking
with
sucks.
disadvantage.
That's my whole plan.
It
would be with disadvantage.
It's also outside of your range because your range is 5 feet
Oh, okay.
with melee weapons, unless you have like a special like extra 10 feet of range.
Can't she use her
I
gun
have
and
a
seize the
gun.
opportunity?
I guess you can use your gun, yeah. But you'll be rolling with disadvantage. And then I
that's
still need to
fine.
check the fear effect. Wherever the fuck that is. Conditions.
Where am I?
You become afraid you have disadvantage on any checks and cannot move any closer to the target. So she doesn't have to move away from you. She can stay where she's at. She just has disadvantage. So she gets to do shit, actually.
But it says it specifically in mind that she has to use all of her movement to get as far away from you.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She is physically as far away, I mean, maybe like here, as she can get. She starts backing up away in horror from Severance, and I think all of you realize this. And I think this is more than just your effect. I think this is something that's taking a toll on this eldritch being's mind. Her eyes are still wide, and she says,
What are you, a child of the Crimson, doing here in our domain? Why have you come for us?
I rolled a 14 plus 7 for hitting her.
that hits.
Okay. So that will just be. Let me double check real quick. Let me double check. That is 3d12. So. I get to actually
3d12.
throw that with my die.
That could be good.
Oh. Okay, this is actually very good. That is. Sorry, I need to do this math. That's actually 32 points of damage.
32, she's at, okay, alright. She looks really fucking bad. Like near death, as you manage to...
Plus the 20 from bleeding.
So she's dead. How would you like to kill her as she is slowly backing away from you?
I think Severance, manages to pull her arm out from the golem's grasp and manages to, shoot her in, the head.
Poof, poof, poof. The bullet splatters her brain up against the wall. You see her daughter screams in horror. That brings us to Atreus' turn. He misses his turn. Floss, you're up. What would you like to do?
I forgot I was muted, my bad. I'm gonna move 15 feet where I'm at right now and bunker down. Again.
Okay. You set up a giant fuck-off shield. That brings us back to Severance. You must use your action to ungrapple. This is going to be a bronze saving throw.
Okay. That is a 18.
That's enough. You free yourself from the golem's grasp, and it looks down at you angrily.
Am I able to move?
You can move. You can use bonus actions.
Okay. Okay. Let me double check. Can I do cannibal as a bonus action?
No. The
Fuck.
only bonus action things you can do are explicitly labeled a bonus action.
Okay. Sorry, hold on. At the fucking least, I need to get away from that thing. Okay. I'm gonna use my movement to go here.
Okay. Is that everything from you?
I literally have no other
Okay.
bonus action, so that's it.
Tar.
Or wait,
you...
wait.
Oh.
Never mind.
Tar, you lose a turn.
Can I still move though?
No.
Or is it full? Okay,
It's like
it's
full
full
turn.
loss.
It
Okay.
is now her turn. She looks to Severance and she says, "I will not forget your face." You see, she holds out her right hand. This like weird spatial void opens from behind her. She steps back into it and disappears. Claire, that brings us to you.
Wait, so she just left?
Yep, she
Yep.
glared at Severance, said she wouldn't forget her, and then left
Okay.
through a weird spatial portal.
Hmm. Can I go over to Mordenkainen? Because you said he was like almost dead, right?
Yes, he looks almost like knocked down. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give him a vial of blood so that he can drink it and not die. So 5, 10.
Yeah, he will have to use that on his
15.
turn, which is the next turn.
Oh, by the way, you want to shrink me down?
No, I don't. I really don't want to.
Okay.
There you go.
Can I do anything else besides this?
I think that takes like your turn probably, Claire.
My whole turn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Mordenkainen then uses his whole turn to drink the health potion. Is this full or like just a hit die?
I would just say it's probably there is no hit die, so maybe just full.
Okay. He drinks the potion and he is brought back up. It is
Okay.
Nico's turn. Nico just fucking punches this Fang guy. Okay. All right. Yeah. And that 20 will do it.
Oh.
You guys for the first time see Nico just like punch a guy in the face and the dude falls over. Yep. What Fang guys are alive? This one goes 5-10 towards Severance. Sev does a 6 hit.
It does not.
This
Ayo.
one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, also goes to approach you. This guy's like screaming like, "You killed the mother!" Another fucking 6. Does that hit?
No.
This guy goes 5, 10, 15, 20. Also running up to Severance. Does a 11 hit.
It does not.
So these guys just come like running at you and you're just dodging all their hits. I believe that brings us... Oh wait, there's this guy who goes up to Claire and he goes to stab you. Does an 11 hit.
No.
This dice is fucked. I'm not using that one anymore. It is Soph's turn. She goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And she's going to try to shoot the one who's right behind you, Claire. That hits. And she too kills this guy.
Okay.
Golem turn. The one who's alive. Manage it. Who's
Oh,
closest?
there's a golem still.
Goes 5, 10, 15. Runs up to Nico. Picks him up by his skull. And goes to slam him. Oh, that's not good. So what does Max look like? Okay.
Oh no!
You better die.
he would just go into saving throws, right? He'll go 2-5 for your life.
Okay, now I gotta do fucking math. Because that's... Hold on. Sorry. He takes 66 points of damage. And is immediately fucking incapped. He is knocked unconscious. And about to die. So this golem, like, just picks him up and, like, slams him on the ground violently over and over again, and his body goes limp. It is Atreus' turn. He can actually do shit now. He goes 5, 10,
Can I do the
15.
same shit to the other golem earlier? Does he want to shoot again?
Nico's still in his hands.
Oh.
Yeah.
Atreus holds out his hand, shadows, fire black spears at this thing. That's a hit for sure. Not able to kill it, but able to do some damage. It is Floss's turn. Floss, what do you do?
I'd like to cast Spare the Dying on Nico.
That brings Nico to stable, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm assuming 1 HP conscious is what it means. Stable.
Hell yeah.
No, it's 0 HP conscious.
So
Well,
It just
Nico-
allows them. It makes them so they don't have to do saving throws anymore.
And you don't need to roll for this. I think this is something you can just do, right?
It's
with
a
this spell.
cantrip, yeah.
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 Floss holds out her hands. This is from the Grimoire, right?
Yeah, but it's a cantrip, so I don't think it would cost my health.
It doesn't. But the book opens. This dark magical energy goes into Nico's face. His head like held back and eyes open, and he like coughs up smoke. I believe that's your turn, right?
Yeah.
All right. Severance, you're up.
Okay. Am I able to attack multiple targets with my scythe thing? With my axe?
We added it as a perk, I think. So unfortunately, it's not something you can do unless you take the perk.
Okay.
I know you hate that, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's stupid. But
We'll
okay.
give that perk for free to our good friend Atreus. Or what's his name? Aesir.
Aesir. I mean, he had that. Okay. Okay. Trying to look. Okay. I'm gonna attack this guy and then shoot the golem.
Okay.
Okay. So that is a 22.
That
Hit.
hits.
Okay. So that is. Let me also see. Okay. That he also gets the fear effect for 1 turn.
Bruh. Which one?
This one.
How much damage is that?
I know I need to roll it. It'd be 4d8 plus 7, 12.
Wait, how did it go in fear? How do you do that?
On my weapon, when I upgraded it, it's that anytime I roll a 6 on like a d6, if I get max on a d6, it'll get the fear aspect.
Oh, okay. And is the d6, is it just like part of the damage itself?
No.
No.
No,
It's
it's just like an
separate
extra
D6 that you
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he will get. Sorry, I'm having to think.
Me when I have to think.
Okay, he gets 51 points of damage,
dead.
and he'll have. Oh.
Oh.
Fuck that fear condition. He's dead. Yeah, you just immediately gore this guy.
You gave him a heart attack.
Yeah.
He was
I
dead
also
before the
get-
hit landed.
He died of fright.
He was like, fuck, this is too much.
Oh my god.
I do end back up at. Wait.
Okay, is that your turn, Seb?
Yes.
Tar, you're up, little man.
Okay, so I'm gonna run over here to the. Actually, I don't know if I could do that because I'm not big anymore.
Yeah, no,
I
you
was gonna
can't just
throw
like
one
throw
of the
people around like
lifeless
that.
bodies.
Oh
I
wait,
guess I'll just.
forgot to shoot. Fuck.
Oh, go ahead, Sev.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I
No,
didn't
you're so
realize-
good.
Okay.
Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Okay, that is a 18.
Yeah, of course that hits. Who are we shooting?
This
Then-
guy.
Fulham.
Yes. So that is 13 d12 again,
Fuck.
and that is 70 points of damage to that.
He's dead.
Damn.
He lets go of Nico. Thank fucking God. Now it is your turn, Tar.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I want to do something kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna run and use this guy as a jumping leverage to hit this guy because I still think I have enough movement distance for that.
Hell yeah.
Hold on. So 30 points, yeah. So I can run and jump off this guy and then punch this guy.
You know what? That's baller's fuck. Roll unarmed for me.
I mean I don't know if jumping off this guy will do damage, but I want
No,
to damage this
no.
guy. He's intended.
Yeah, just roll unarmed.
Okay. That is a 28
Yeah, that hits.
to hit.
Roll that damage for me. Just to clarify, are we going till 9 again tonight?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. There might be a
43
third part to
points
this
of damage.
session, but we'll see. He's dead.
Okay.
Um,
Oh.
you leap off this guy and immediately like red smear this guy to death.
And then, but oh, I don't have enough room to attack that guy. So yeah, I guess that's my turn.
All right. Claire, you're up.
Okay. If I were to shoot this like Fang guy that's like right in front of me, would it also hit the guy behind him as well?
No,
or they're not
unfortunately
no. Okay. I'm just gonna shoot the guy that's in front of me with my elephant shotgun.
Oh yeah.
Let me roll the hit. I got a 24.
Yeah, that's enough. What's that damage look like?
Okay, and then it's 40-12.
40-12.
12.
Fuck yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Okay. Mhm. Two. 28 points of damage.
Hell yeah, this guy's dead as fuck. You blast a bullet through his skull, leaving like a giant circular hole in his head, and then like
Oh my God.
after the impact, he falls over.
Oh yeah.
I believe that's your turn.
Yeah.
Goes to Mordenkainen, who is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Goes to stab this guy. That's a hit. And he dies. Because Mordenkaine's awesome. That's combat! Holy shit, that's combat! I'm so glad that went much better than anticipated. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Your enemies. Oh shit.
I'm scared.
I'm scared. Why is the combat music still going?
We were done.
I thought we were done.
I'm gonna force feed Nico a potion.
Oh yeah. Nico gets back up. Is this a full potion or like a hit die potion?
Whatever ones that Floss gave me earlier in the campaign.
Oh god, those are your thaumaturgist potions. How much do the thaumaturgist potions give back?
First of all, I've never heard of a full potion. I don't know what this is that we're talking about. But second of all,
handed out full heal potions at one point to Claire, I believe.
Okay. Well, anyways, this does 46 plus 1d8 rolled by me. So let me do that.
Roll that shit. It takes Nico's total HP is 60, by the way.
It heals. Did I do that right? Yeah, it's 23.
Okay, so Rose at like half. I'm gonna reset the initiative here. All right. Your enemies lay dead before you. A dead mind flayer with their brain blown out. What do you guys do?
Is there anything else in this room besides?
No, not necessarily of note. Do any of you look at the mother's body?
Sure.
Okay, Severance and Claire, the two of you, I think, in sync, approach the body together, look at each other, and look down. You find a couple of things. Number one, the symbol of the fang, quite literally being like a golden fang, on a necklace around her neck. You find another. It's a letter. And all it says is, I have found it. And then, it's signed by Noctis.
Oh.
I look at Claire.
What do you think? What do you think it means by I found it?
Wasn't he looking for the way to undo being a vampire? Do you think that means he could have found it?
I'm like, Claire's eyes kind of widen. I think so. Is there anything else on the body besides this?
No. Actually, fuck it.
No.
1,000 green ember.
Oh. Just 1,000 in general.
Yep.
You want to split it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I take half and I give the rest to Sev.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
What are the rest of you doing?
Okay.
Floss, what's up? You were bunkered down that whole fight. What's going on?
I'm just looking at everything, I guess.
Okay.
Was there anything on the podium?
Nope.
And you said there's nothing else of interest in this room?
Nope.
I guess let's leave.
Okay. You guys continue. Before you, Severance. I'm assuming everybody's coming with, right?
Yeah.
I went into this other room.
Fuck. There is a ladder that goes down into a hatch.
Oh.
Are we going to split the party here?
No, I'm just trying to look around on this floor right now. These are
I
stairs
just kind
that
of
go
want to
down into
open
something.
all the doors.
Okay. Tar, you find a small little prison room with two prisoners.
Ooh.
A man in NBO issued armor, who looks very dead, and a bandit who looks very pale and has needle markings all over his arms.
Same bandit we found before.
No, not the same bandit.
Can I look at the BO soldier?
Yep. He looks dead as fuck in the corner. I will say you can't go in these rooms. There are cells in the way.
Oh, there are. Okay.
Jail cell walls.
Can I not? Open the
Gotcha.
jail cell
It's locked.
door.
Hmm.
Can I make a brawn check to try and pull it open?
You can make a brawn check to try and pull it open.
Oh, can I do the same
That
thing?
is
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
21.
With a
Dirty.
21, you open it. This guy seems dazed and
Oh.
confused as you approach.
I got a nat 20.
With a nat 20, Claire, you use your supernatural vampire strength to tear the bars open.
Okay.
Tar looks a little sad that hers like ripped open and mine just didn't do as much.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Like, can I tell, like, is the death recent or it's been there for a while?
It's been there for quite some time.
Okay. Hmm. I guess.
Tar offers his hand for this
Hmm.
guy.
He appears
there's anything-
dazed, not even really looking at you. His eyes glossed over. Claire, you recognize that state. That's the same state as those civilians had in the Ambrose estate, remember? The person that Natalia last feasted upon was kind of in a state similar to that.
Oh. I kind of go over to Tar and let him know that it seems like this person had been fed on by someone recently. By a vampire.
Tar kind of slowly steps back.
It takes him a while to get out of that state, so we're probably not going to be able to get much out of him.
Okay. And Tar's just
Um,
gonna he's
yeah.
just gonna walk with you.
All right. Which
leave.
way would we like to go, gang? We have spiral
another
stairs that go
door?
down. That's nothing. That's literally nothing, Burger Chat.
That's not nothing.
It's
That's statue.
These are so important.
It's a fucking statue. You have a hatch that goes down, or you have a spiral intricate staircase that goes down.
Which way
Fuck
should we
upstairs.
go?
Fuck that ladder. Oh man, this is a really difficult decision.
Oh man, I'm just so scared. All right, Severance has made the choice.
Wait, are we splitting?
I'm gonna
I could do a no.
No,
I
it's
don't
okay.
want to do a party split.
Here's what happens.
I'm gonna just follow Severance.
You guys go down the spiral stairs. You're met with a large, intricate doorway. This room having this velvetly covered red carpet floor, a statue to the left and a statue to the right. They appear to be vampire man and a vampire woman of a stately nomenclature. The doors before you, elegant and large. Do you open them?
So, okay. Do these statues like look like real people, or do they look more of like just trying to symbolize like men and women who are vampires?
Real people.
I look at Atreus.
Atreus
he-
notices you looking at him.
What? You want me to tell you that those were the kid's parents? That that's Kinwill Ambrose, a genius of his time?
First thoughts.
Yeah. What you see is what you get, Sev.
So, that is them.
Yeah.
Can I listen through the door to hear if there's anyone on the other side?
You hear silence.
Even on a nat 20 investigation?
On a nat 20, you can hear shallow breathing. The moving of water.
I whisper to the party, there's someone in there. I ready my weapon.
Okay. Holy shit, gang.
And then I open the door.
Art cracks his knuckles.
All right. Hold on. Let me move everybody because this will be a
Oh,
cool moment.
God.
We can say there's enough space where everybody's behind as well, I'd assume. That would only be fair, right? Okay. Before you lies a large antechamber. A massive pool of blood. 8 soldiers standing steadfast at attention. 4 of them werewolves. 2 large iron golems in back. At the center, by this pool, the figure draped in green robes and an iron metal mask. And as you enter, he speaks to you. It took you all long enough to get here? I had anticipated your arrival for quite some time, especially after Claire made her decision very clear. You're here for a friend, aren't you? Why don't you just take her and leave? Things don't have to get complicated. We can go down separate paths. I walk mine, and you walk yours. Take your friend, never think of the thing ever again. Live a life of peace. And I can do what I need to do. We don't have to fight.
Alright, can I get a quick pause on this? I forgot to send a message to my store about shift stuff. Sorry.
Okay.
I need a quick 1 minute break. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Me when Lucas pauses the game mid cutscene.
I know, I'm sorry, okay? At least someone was like, hey, is anyone else's schedule getting adjusted? And I was like, fuck, I forgot to send that.
Yeah, they've been changing this past like 3 hours, I think.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. It's... What you're doing is wrong, and you have to pay for what you've done.
Of course. Oh, shit. Of course you would say that what I'm doing is wrong. The lost lover, the child savior, the sensei, and Atreus' pet all finally come to my doorstep. I can understand your want for revenge. I can get behind that. And I wish it was going to be as easy as just letting you walk. Letting all of this end. And I wish that I could show you kindness, mercy. Split ways, like I've said. But unfortunately, you killed my wolf. And it wasn't exactly pretty either. You must understand, if I grant you simple clemency to those who killed my general, it would be a bad look. I let you live for far too long. So, what choice do you make here? Stand and fight, or join me?
Kill monsters. So that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Par's gonna kind of put his hand in front of you, Severance, and walk up very, very slowly. I know it's a lot faster, but... And he's gonna get down on one knee in front of... I forget his name already.
Noctis.
Noctis. And he says, I'll join you.
He
on one
looks...
condition.
Oh, okay. Sorry. He looks to you, Tar?
You have to die first, and I'm going to tackle him and run with him to this pit.
Roll Brawn for me.
That is a nat 20 plus 5.
Nat 20!
Plus 5.
Tar, walks away from the group, does this stunt. I think most of your friendlies are looking in shock. Even Noctis, or Yandril himself, looks surprised. And then Tar tackles him. You can see under his mask his eyes slowly widening. Tar goes running midair, grabbing this guy downwards about 120 feet towards this pool of never-ending blood. But halfway, you stop. Midair. Something stops you. You notice the waves below come still. The rest of you, who are not Tar in this moment, none of this is happening. Time stands still for the rest of you. Tar. You see,
Yes.
floating in front of you, is a lone teacup mid-air.
I grab it.
You see tea inside of it. You hear a single voice. This is not your fate, my friend. Grab your destiny. Rewrite it.
I grab the cup and I drink from it.
You may not know this, Tar Kakayama. The path you just walked down is one you would have regretted. Your friend's in a dire spot, the loss of life. But that doesn't have to be. Heed my words, Tar Kageyama. Seek shelter, safety. For Yandril Ambrose can only be harmed by the blade of a Celestian. Seek the crucible. As your vision blinks, you see a flash of things that could have been. The chantry in flames. Atreus carrying a blooded and wounded Sophie, looking up to you, concerned and afraid for the first time. Zik cries over a makeshift gravesite. Severance scarred, yet resolute as always. Claire, head to head with a man with white streaks in his hair, a golden gun pointed in his direction. Floss standing over a grave, filled with anger. Then it's all undone. We find ourselves, all of us, the party, back at the entrance to this room, not having entered yet, healed back to full, perfectly fine. Yet only Tar remembers. The rest of you, it's as none of this ever happened. It hasn't happened yet, and it never will hopefully happen again. As we find ourselves back in here, Tar, another piece of shattered teacup, the final piece, its very existence wavering and blurry as if it doesn't quite belong, is in your hands. What do you do?
So I
Wait,
assume we're still
sorry.
by the door, right?
How far back
What's
did
up?
we go in time?
We
how
went
far-
back to before we entered the room.
Yes, so maybe a good 3 to 5 minutes you have been brought back. And for the rest of you, none of you remember this. Tar is the only person who remembers anything.
Maybe we shouldn't. And like Tar is breathing heavily, tears are in his eyes as he's holding this shard of his teacup. Maybe we shouldn't. I just saw what would happen.
What do you mean?
He's in there. God, I already forgot his name
Angel?
again.
Noctis?
Yes, he is in there. And I haven't told you guys this, but I went to a deity for more power before we came here. I don't know his name, I don't know who he is, but he just showed me the future. We have to get the blade. I forgot to write it down, but the blade of
A blade blessed by a Celestian.
A blade blessed by a Celestian to even harm him.
He told you to seek out the Crucible.
We have to seek out he said to seek out the Crucible.
So what you're telling me, Tar, is that you drugged me all the way out here because we have to save Camilla and we have to kill the leader of the Fang and the whole thing that we have to just to chicken out at the very end?
Listening to what he just said.
Yeah, I listened to what he just
You really
said.
want
Sure.
Sophie to die?
Sophie looks surprised and afraid.
What do you mean?
Almost all of us will die in this encounter.
And I'm just supposed to believe you?
Believe me or don't. But I'm leaving. And Tar's like completely shaking, like in fear.
Because Tar
Then
has
leave,
like,
Tar.
Huh?
Then
oh, just
leave.
like,
Tar leaves.
Claire, what were you gonna say?
because you came out of this with like a teacup in your hand,
Yeah,
right?
you guys all do notice that. Like
Yeah.
another shard of this broken teacup in Tar's hands. But it wasn't there before just a moment ago.
I think Claire would kind of pick up on that and like try to explain like, well, how do you explain that? And then I point to the shard in his hand. Like don't remember him picking that up any time we were here. Like,
I'm sure there's some
It's not.
shattered tea sets or something. It's
I mean, he was up for going completely in there, and then he suddenly changed. I don't deny that. Something must have happened between now and then. I might not understand, but
Severance. The Sigic language flips open in front of you. You see words written in orange before your eyes, in a different text than you're used to. Written in orange is also new for the Sigic language, I believe. And it begins to write a passage about sire vampires. Would you care to read this at this time?
Yeah, Severance like panically almost like picks up her books, and while it's not like clear fully on her face, it is like more clear that she looks very confused.
It begins to tell you about a sort of secret tier of vampires. Of course, everybody knows the master vamps, right? That's what we believe D'Angelo to be. Master vamps being kind of the highest, right? But there are more ancient versions of vampires, more strong, more potent, more akin to what their original version was, called sires. They hold immense power, and they can only be harmed by the blade of a Celestian, or a blade blessed by a Celestian.
I turned the book to like hold it open in front of Bloss.
Does it mention anything about, like, obviously, like, werewolves can't be harmed by mortal
Right.
weapons, like only by silver or whatever, but they can still be harmed by magic? Is there anything about magic in here at all?
It appears that sire vampires are resistant to nearly every type of damage, aside from Celestian blades.
Resistant or, like, immune?
Straight up, like, immune. Like, nigh immortal.
So, unlike a werewolf that wouldn't really be hurt by a sword, but would be of silver, but it can still be hurt by magic. It
Right.
can't be hurt by magic at all?
This passage very much paints the picture that, like, the reason they are so powerful is because they are nigh unkillable unless you have the exact thing to kill them.
I think at this point in time, you know, the Sigic language opening up, and, like, as far as specifically mentioning the Blade of a Celestian, which previously none of us have talked about at all, kind of makes her believe. I guess. I mean, Floss kind of shuts herself up and, like, follows Tar.
Severus
Tar's walking
looks,
with panic. Sorry.
Alright,
Also,
so
Severus
follow.
looks to Claire before she follows.
As you guys go to leave, Atreus kind of stands back as you guys are going, and I think Nico is as well. And Nico says, "As much as I hate to admit it, Floss has a point. We came all this way to fight Noctis and stop the Fang, and we're just leaving? I don't care if there's deities involved. We've got to stand and fight. We can't just leave."
Severus
I mean-
turns. I'm typically one who finishes my fights, but I will not fight an endless one if I can't kill him. If we can't kill him and we die instead, then we would have done nothing at the end of this. He deserves death, not just a scar from today.
Atreus speaks up.
So you're saying if we don't have this magic whatever, our fight would have been pointless?
Severus nods.
Well, I wish we fucking knew that when we walked in the front door. That would have been nice.
It's almost like I
We
said
still-
that, Atreus.
We still saved people. We still saved someone who knows how far we put them back. Even if we could have stopped Noctis, we have more information than we did before. We know who this really is. And we saved Camilla. And we saved everyone else who would have been hurt by this.
Right. Maybe this was more of a rescue mission and less of a revenge story anyway.
And either way, you know now who the real leader of the Fang is.
This won't be the last
Even if
time
you-
we'll see him. Because, Ambrose will be at the gala, correct?
Severus nods.
Nico says, "Look, you needed to get to the Crucible, right? That's what Tar said." And Nico's looking at you, Tar.
Yeah.
I have connections.
Tar's-
I can get you in there. I mean, by car or horseback, that's at least a 4 days travel there. But if I can get you on a train, we could have you there in maybe 12 hours. I know it's not ideal, but
I mean, oh wait, no, Floss isn't over there.
Severus nods. I
The
think
fastest
that
route
those
would be the
people-
best route.
and that's for those unacquainted. The Crucible, they're a group of witch hunters and kind of monster hunters too, who operate out of Sunwich. They're kind of our neighbor. But I can pull some strings and get us a train ride there. Well, a trade ride there. I'm sure there's plenty I need to do back at the Chantry.
Deal. That works. Tar's still shaking about everything, so he's not properly speaking either.
Atreus looks to you guys.
Well, if we're not here to kill that fuck, let's get out of here. This place gives me the creeps.
Okay.
Agreed.
La 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 la.
You guys leave?
Is there anything that we're missing, DM?
You guys didn't go down this way.
Oh.
Right.
Oh yeah, the one
let's
the
go
door that I
down.
went. Oh,
Do you guys? Fuck. If we
We'll
look
check
down,
this.
Oh.
we. The NPCs are waiting outside because I'm not bringing them with.
Oh.
You guys see this large sort of warehouse with
Where am I?
ethereal skeletons.
I didn't.
Oh, Floss isn't going. I'm sorry. So Tar, Claire, and Severance, you see these ethereal skeletons moving giant fucking crates around. You see these strange like pulley systems over here. I know it's not entirely like true to the map. These like almost rail cart pulley systems with tunnels, 2 tunnels that seem to like one guy loads it up with boxes on it, pulls a lever, and they go flying down this rail system. As you enter, they don't seem to notice you. It almost looks like these are spirits who are doing assigned tasks. And they're just like loading crates up onto these devices and shooting them down tunnels.
So as I'm kind of moving past it, they're literally like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm
they
being paid.
really don't care. They're unthinking.
Okay.
Severance, would you like to go in this room?
Yes.
On this table is a handful of notes and a vial of that glowing red liquid.
I look at the notes.
The notes tell you that the final solution of the blood rot has been figured out, and that this like batch of testing is to only use it, and that it should be good for what they need it for going here on out, and to amp up testing as the days go on closer to the blood moon. There's also a second sheet that tells you that no one has escaped recently from this room.
I will take these notes with.
Tar. You go in this room. There is... These aren't what they look like. There's 2 giant crates. One is filled with, like, herbs, like a shit ton of herbs and material components. The other is filled to the brim with empty glass vials.
I'm just gonna shut the lid and walk away from that.
Claire, what would you like to do over here?
Is there anything else for me to look at over here?
These are, like, more herbal components, both of these shelves, and they're, like, sorted and organized.
Is there anything going down further down?
Nope, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Oh, that's nothing. Okay. Can I take one of the crates and look inside?
Yeah, all of these crates have giant locks on them.
Oh. Can I-
Which one of us rolls to brawn?
Can I break the lock?
Yeah, go ahead and roll brawn for me.
Okay. 16?
The crate opens, and what you see surprises you. Oh, hey. There's a full
What the fuck?
fucking woman in there, who, like, falls out unconscious. She looks, like, covered in wounds and scars.
Severance.
How big are
hurriedly
these
opens the other
crates?
one.
These crates are all pretty much people-sized. And, Severance, now that you think of it, you saw crates like these
Yeah,
in that one place, didn't you?
Yeah, and a whole hole. Can I
Mhm.
hurriedly open another crate?
Yeah, you open another crate, roll brawn for me.
That is a. Okay. Well, great. That was a 7.
You're unable to open it.
Can I use my weapon to open it?
Yeah, make a one-handed attack.
Okay. That is a 14.
Yep. Here comes a unconscious noblewoman. She too just like flying out of the box.
Severance is gonna rush back up to the others.
Yeah, you see, I think Atreus, Nico, Sophie. No, actually, Sophie's following Floss. Mordenkainen's brooding, and Nico and Atreus seem to be like actually shaking hands and like talking to each other.
Severance looks a little panicked when she runs out. There's more people downstairs. There must be like dozens of them. They're alive still.
Nico and Atreus go running. Mordenkainen comes with. Floss, do you do anything?
You know, it's funny you ask that, Austin. I think Floss is just gonna stand there. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Like, almost like ignoring Severance.
Sophie looks at you concerned. I'm gonna go help.
Yeah, that's fine.
And she goes
You go
down here.
ahead.
That leaves the two of you alone. All these NPCs are back down there. Severance, Floss,
Uh-huh.
do either of you say anything?
Boss is minding her own business.
What is wrong with you?
Sorry, what'd you say? Floss is gonna turn around.
What is wrong with you? Do you not
I'm sorry.
care that there's people? What? You care so much about the blood moon. And yet I tell you that there's survivors that need our help just downstairs, and you stand here and act like nothing. Just because we can't kill Noctis right now? I know
sure,
you didn't want to come here.
we can go
I
downstairs,
know
I
you
guess.
didn't.
Floss is just gonna
No.
like.
Just... What is your prerogative? You say if we come here and save just one person, what does that matter? And then I come out, even just now, and you stand here. Where do your morals actually lie? You are so worried about the blood moon and hurting multiple people being hurt by that, and yet there's people we can save right now, and you stand there with your arms crossed?
Floss is gonna like roll her eyes and walk past Severance downstairs.
Severance actually grabs your arm a little roughly and forces you to look at her.
Severance
This
or
isn't
or Floss isn't going to look at her.
What do you actually want to do? Do you want to help people?
I'm heading downstairs like you're.
Servants, let's
And
go.
she's gonna like tug her arm away. And
Okay. I think at
walk
this
off.
point, you all have managed to get like a shit ton of people out of these crates, and it becomes clear that like this is no easy feat. There are dozens of people here, like one in each crate at least. Tar, Claire, did you guys say anything while we were waiting for them?
Tar's just breaking locks with his hand.
Got you.
No, I think I'm just focused on trying to get the people out.
Okay. You guys managed to save everyone who's in here. There's a good at least like 30 or 40 people in here. All of them are unconscious, by the way. Scarred, wounded.
I don't know if Servants really says anything right now.
Okay. Atreus says,
I can use my astral soul to get these people to the surface. No need to have them walking out of here like a small army. That would just be a risk of them getting hurt, I think.
I think Claire just nods.
Since Tar's little friends are gonna be at Rudy's, I'll just catch you guys there later.
Okay.
Atreus,
Is Atreus gonna disappear with him?
he's about to. He like pulls everybody together like in a giant pile, and he's about to summon his astral soul, and he looks to all of you guys. Do any of you have anything to say to him before he's gone?
I'm gonna say, see, you are just like me, and I'm gonna wink.
Oh, don't you start that shit now.
And shadows open up around him, and they all disappear, being pulled in by tendrils of smoke. What do you guys do?
Well,
Tar
these
has
people
a
are gone.
shit-eating grin on his face.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Andrea. What are you doing?
Oh no, I was just like, so all these people are gone?
Yes, yeah. Atreus
Oh,
has
yeah.
brought them all somewhere safe, assumedly.
Does
Um,
Floss see the crate flinging rail mechanism thing?
Yes, yeah.
Can I like inspect it?
Yes, this appears to have like a spot where you can load up these giant crates. There's a lever that sends this down a very long, dark tunnel. And there's 2 of them.
So, would I realistically have no idea where this goes?
Unless Floss has seen something like this before, probably not. You know
No.
of the underground rail station that is another Maw hideout. You know of the Westburn estate that still needs to be investigated, but I don't think you know anything else about this.
Mm. And we are so this up here, Austin. Pinging this thing. What floor is this? Like second floor, base floor?
That's basement, and this is sub-basement, where we're at now.
We're in like basement 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are definitely under. Okay.
Super basement.
Alright, well nothing then.
Okay. What do y'all do from here?
Well, if everyone here is saved that we could have,
Yeah.
I think then now our mission for now is officially done.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
think we should get
guys
out of here.
all leave?
Is there
I-
anything else, that we need to investigate?
I mean,
before
you
we
guys
leave?
could go fight Jandrel Ambrose Noctis if you guys want. I'm sure there's stuff in there. But aside from that, you know, I don't believe that would go all too well, considering he's like invulnerable to damage.
Okay, so then our best decision is to leave.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
then we leave.
All right, we successfully leave the Maw. You guys pass outside, back into the old burned down downtown. I'm assuming you guys just like exit that area and load up in the van, right?
We did not bring the. Oh yeah, I guess we did bring. Huh. Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Let me get that sweet fucking Valhaven ambiance going. All right, you guys exit the downtown, finding yourselves back towards the van. As you like load up, Nico says, "You know, I probably need to go get those tickets. That way, y'all can go to the Crucible and figure out what the hell to do next. If only I had a way to call you guys. Do y'all have anywhere with a payphone?
Okay, wait, does everyone even know what that is?
Yeah, do you
Okay,
have pay?
Sorry, Andrea?
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
I
Right.
think Rudy's might have.
Okay. So why don't y'all go do your own thing, and then either come see me here in a few hours or give me a call. And if not, I guess I can just call Rudy and see if he can come get you. We'll figure it out. So on the agenda for all of us fighting the Fang, right now, my main priority is getting you a route to the Crucible as fast as possible. Also, given that you'll have to be in Sunwich to go do that, that means this city is going to be unattended by y'all for a while, I'd assume. Given the trip is 12 hours, you're at least going to be there for a day. So if there's anything y'all need to do here before then, I would try to get that out of the way now and in the coming hours.
All right.
I will be in contact. And that's when Nico is going to leave, unless you guys have anything to say to him.
Where are we at right now?
You guys are like back across the bridge near old downtown.
Well, yeah, but he's in the van, yeah?
Yeah, he before you got in the van, I guess, he left.
He's not gonna
No, he's
wanna
gonna
go.
walk.
Okay.
Who else is here? Morden, Kane, and Sophie. What do you guys do now?
Tar.
well-
Well, actually, you go first, Floss. Sorry.
I was gonna say first I'm gonna drive back to Atreus' bars because then everyone can do their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless anything happens during that drive.
Okay. I don't think it does. We have an hour of game time before we have to wrap up, but that is my session notes for today. So unless you guys have stuff you want to go do, or important scenes to have, this should be the end of session.
I would explicitly like to be last if that is fine with everyone
Yeah,
else.
that's great. That's
Oh, yeah.
fine.
I just imagine Tar going to Rudy's.
Hell yeah. Okay, so we'll get a scene of Tar at Rudy's. We'll have the last scene with Floss. Does anybody else have a scene they want to do before today's over?
I'm gonna go see Seamus.
Seamus. Okay, we'll do Severance and Seamus first. Severance.
Is Seamus the guy that sells weapons?
Seamus
Yes.
is the blacksmith. Atreus
The
sells like the magic
blacksmith.
items,
Okay.
Seamus does sell weapons though, just basic
like
weapons.
generic ass weapons.
Okay.
Claire, are you going with Severance? Do you have a thing to do at all?
Hmm.
I actually have
I mean,
something for you that I kind of wanted to be the last scene, but if Floss is going to have the last scene, we can have Floss's be, and you'll be second to last.
So that's fine. But I think I'm gonna follow Severance. So
Okay, I think that's a good spot to put it anyway. All right, Severance and Claire, the two of you find your way to Seamus's blacksmith shop. He looks happier than ever to see his new favorite customer and Claire, and he says, "Oh, it's good to see you, lass." And he like runs up and like gives you a big bear hug. How's that weapon been treating you?
Severance's eyes are a little wide for a second because she's not used to that remotely. It's been good. It has worked out well so far.
Oh, that's so good to hear. What can I do you for?
I was wanting to sell this. And she holds out her old pistol. It's just a regular hunter's pistol. And for anything else I could do to better my weapon or this other gun that I have, and she holds out her other gun.
He looks at both of them and he says,
I don't have anything at this time for you, but if you bring your own materials or ideas, I can help you work with it. As for selling the thing goes, I can give you.
he kind of looks at it,
200 green remember.
Someone's nods. That works. I don't have any ideas right now, but I'll come back to you when I do.
Yeah, go get yourself some brass or something and come back with a brilliant idea and we can figure it out together.
Mhm.
Anything I can do for you, girlie?
and he looks at Claire.
no, I think I'm okay.
Okay. I guess at this point is when you guys like start to walk away, right?
Yes.
Walking
But I
down.
do.
Oh, sorry.
Service was actually going to talk to Claire a bit on their way back.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and have this nice little conversation.
What do you think about flaws?
I've been picking up a lot of mixed feelings and mixed opinions about Floss. It's almost like she doesn't really want to be here with any of us, and
I thought
more specifically towards you.
I had thought because she gave us the bracelets that we were closer, but she looks down at the bracelet. I guess not.
But if you think about it, the bracelet kind of works both ways. she'll always know where you are.
I guess so. But why would she care about that if she doesn't even think we're any of us are friends? I just don't get her morals, I guess.
I kind of hit back to a previous time. Do you remember when we were first in the van and she wanted to hide something from you?
She nods.
I wonder what that's all about.
Yeah. I don't really know, I guess.
On a
So
lighter note,
no doubt about it, I will say.
huh?
She does seem like a little, like, feels a little bad about it, I will say.
About talking about floss.
Yeah. Or just like, just how the everything part, I guess. She just, like, kind of feels bad.
Yeah. That's when I say, like, on a lighter note, I kind of shuffle in my bag. I've been meaning to give this to you. I actually picked this up at Yandro Ambrose's new estate, and I hand Severance the Lord of the Wings Volume 4 book.
Oh yeah.
Her, like, demeanor definitely lightens up a lot. And she actually looks very happy to have this. Thank you. I was wondering if I would ever find this. I really appreciate it. And she smiles at you, Claire.
Claire smiles back. You'll definitely have to let me read the other volumes when you're done with them.
I'm done with the first one if you'd like to read it.
Yes, actually. Thank you.
And I give Claire the first book.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Is that the end of your guys' like scene here?
I think so.
You guys
think
keep
so, yeah.
walking. Claire, I need a sanity saving throw.
Oh. Okay. I got a 15.
15. There's a searing pain in your head that drops you to one knee. You take 25 points of psychic damage. Looking up and down an alleyway, you see that figure in green robes and the iron mask, and it tilts its head at you. And it speaks to you. Did you think that you could come into my home and leave unscathed? Take out another one of my generals? You forget, Claire, this is my city. You shall pay atonement. And the vision recedes from you.
Severance is probably immediately by Claire, very concerned and asking her if she's okay. Are you alright? What happened?
I kind of like put like my hands on my forehead, kind of like trying to orient myself. I've been having these visions, and I saw him. I saw Noctis.
Again?
He's coming after me. He thinks I betrayed him. I kind of try to pick myself up, and then I just try to keep walking.
Okay, we cut scenes to Tar Kageyama. Yay!
Yo.
You know what's interesting,
Yay.
Claire? That if you're technically
What?
part of Yandril Ambrose's bloodline and he's Noctis, what does that mean for you?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe you'll find out.
Royalty question mark?
Tar
Ah.
Kageyama.
Funny question mark?
Sorry, it's funny. All right, what's
Oh my god, Claire's a
yes?
Disney princess.
What the fuck? Okay.
Um, Tar.
Mm-hmm.
God, it smells so bad down here.
Oh
You
yeah.
make it to Rudy's shack. You see Zick and Camilla. Like they look worried for sure, but they're out front, and Rudy is showing them like a stance. And they're trying to copy him, but they're not doing great, honestly. And that's when they see you. Camilla comes running. Zick watches and smiles. She looks so much better than she was earlier. And she like wraps arms around you. Sensei, I'm so glad that you made it back. Did you kill them?
I told. No, I didn't. We can't.
Fades a bit.
We can't.
What do you mean we can't? I mean, everything bleeds, right?
Not this thing.
Oh.
We need a weapon blessed by a celestial.
Holy shit. Rudy approaches. Mr. Kage... Oh, what the fuck does he sound like? Mr. Kageyama.
Like that.
It is so good to see you. Well, I mean, you know. Your
Tar kind of just
students...
laughed.
Your students were just telling me about how wonderful of a teacher you are, and how you could maybe use a little help around your own dojo, considering nobody's running the tavern in your absence.
So you're saying you want to take care of my dojo?
You know, I would love to come into a business partnership with you, but it sounds like you have bigger fish to fry at the moment. What's this about a Celestian?
We need a weapon blessed by a celestial to kill this whole ordeal.
Right. What do you know about Celestian beings, Tar Kageyama?
Nothing.
It
I've
seems...
stayed away from religion all my life.
Right, and it seems you're coming into a part of your life where religion's going to be very important for you. Why don't you come inside and I can give you a bit of a crash course, yes? Maybe
Sure.
your students will even learn a thing or two as well. He leads you into his shack, and I think he like dims the lights. He sets up this crystal ball in the middle of the room. There's like a fog machine going, and he's setting the atmosphere here. He like lights up incense. Tar, our world, Reliance, was initially created by Alterheim. The crystal ball itself projects an image here for you. You see a boy with 1,000 eyes. Alterheim,
Oh.
our beneficial Allfather, breathed life into existence, first creating his 3 children. You have Damien, god of death, Aisha, god of life, and Ali, the god of plague. She has been long banished to the Ashron, never to be seen again for her crimes against Alterheim. From Aisha, the other half-gods came. Full gods now, of course, but in their time they were half-mortal. There's a good dozen or so of these, all of them of their own domain. Of course, you have Finch, king of hell, god of nature and alcoholics. And you see like an image of a purple tiefling sitting on a throne, imps being his footrest, and he's like drinking a large drink. Sort of the god of outcasts, if you will.
Right.
He continues. You have the god of law and of elves, Orion. You see this regal figure holding a scale of justice. But his law is very biased, my friend, for he always watches over the elves. Then you have Tutmankep, god of war, and you see this large iguanid man with 1,000 spears behind him, in like a battlefield, ready to fight. It is said that he holds all of gravity in his right hand. And it continues, Cassius, god of mimics, who lives alongside his brother Finch deep in the hells, his eyes gouged out by his own mother for tricking her. And you see this old man blindfolded, laughing and playing pranks. Of course, you have Arcadia, long and gone and forgotten. You see a dwarven warrior, and she fades to nothing. And of course, who
She
could
was the
forget?
one that we took broken statue.
As he's about to say the next god,
Oh,
all he's able to get out is and then, in the blink of an eye, the room is pitch black and Rudy is gone.
Hello?
Zick and Camilla look to you in fear.
Austin,
Yes.
would you say that at this point, the rest of the party plus Atreus and Sophie notice one less thing on their bracelet?
You all do notice one less aura, one less presence, as Rudy's bracelet vanishes. And we cut from Tar's scene. Floss, I believe you have the last scene today.
Yes.
W.
So I'm in the van.
Mhm.
And Valhaven's a fairly large city, would you say?
Absolutely. It's the capital city of Ulrich, after all.
Right. And most major cities, I'd say, probably have some sort of like for-hire transportation circle type thing. You know, as a system of transportation, of teleportation circles, right? Because those are common.
Actually, I think with Valhaven being more like supposed to be steampunk, I think there's like trolleys and trams and like little trains that run through the city. I think it's more thematically appropriate.
What would you say there are any teleportation circles in the entire city?
Sure, why not? Maybe there's a couple. Definitely at the Valhaven Occult Society, there's one. And
Okay,
at the
you know what?
sister
Yeah,
location.
that sounds like a good idea for plot purposes. Floss is going to drive by herself to the Valhaven Occult Society.
Alone, okay. Yeah, the van pulls up outside the chantry. You exit, approach like the gargoyles outside, go in. I think the teleportation circle is like on the left. There's like a small like little display explaining what it is, how it works. I think Yuri is in here. Yuri's in here setting up stuff, and Nico's in here catching up with her. There's no other like civilians in here. It's just the two of them, and they're like leaning up next to a display of like a weird cape.
I think Floss is gonna walk up to Nico.
It's good to see you in here, Floss. It's been a hell of a week for both of us.
I swear to God, I thought you were about to say the thing, Austin. It's like fucking non-flashbacks every single time I hear hell of a week or weekend. Look, as much as I don't enjoy asking for your help, Nico, I see you have, and she looks over her shoulder at the teleport circle. Why exactly are we taking a train again, if we've got that thing?
Well, I don't actually have the magical capacity to take us to somewhere like the Crucible or Sunwitch with teleportation magic. But I can get us to other places in the city with it. My thought is maybe it's all the Anarok in the air with the NBO running about. They're always to blame for something.
So are you saying that it's not possible, or that you're not magically adept enough?
Well, shit. If you want to make me say that I'm not good enough, I can say that, but I don't think it's physically possible at this time, unfortunately. Even then, the Crucible's warded to all hell. I mean, I could probably teleport you into Sunwitch if the NBO wasn't all over the fucking place.
would there be any way for you to teleport me to Sunwich?
I mean, probably not. Our best bet is that train. Which I should stop yapping to Yuri here and really get on that.
You said that there's a sister location to the Valhaven Occult Society.
Yeah, that's right. We got our sister location. It's still here in the city, but it's on the opposite side of Valhaven. It's one of our other spots where we have more of our recruits, really, and a bunch of other very powerful magic items in a special little vault. I can actually teleport you there if you want. I don't even need the teleportation circle. We have a special portal that takes us there.
I mean, I've got a van, but thank you.
Oh, right.
Floss is gonna leave and go to the sister location.
Holy shit. Okay. Fuck. All right. You arrive
And
outside.
I do have one more thing after this if this doesn't work. I have one last thing that I
Okay.
think will be kind of cool. Go ahead.
You arrive at a building that looks like the Chantry, though is thinner, more like a cathedral with a dozen. It's like a school campus, kind of. And there's like 2 sentient gargoyles outside who look at you and they somehow recognize you and let you through.
Is there, like, is the teleportation circle in here in sight?
Yeah,
at
there's
all,
another
or-
teleportation circle in here. There is a there is a dark-haired woman wearing like wrappings around her arms. She almost seems like a vandal, like Tar is, and she's wearing like monk clothing as well, like the beads around the neck, like the chest wrapping. And as you approach, she says, "Can I help you?"
Do you know who here manages the teleportation circle here?
Oh, we got a couple of casters who keep that up. I can fetch them for you.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you.
Yeah, she runs off, comes back with like 2 guys in white robes. One has blue hair, the other has red hair. They look very similar, like twins. They approach. The first one says, "What can I like do for you, dude?"
Is there any way you can get me to Sunwich?
I mean, I can try, man, but you know, long distance teleportation isn't really all that it used to be.
As long as you can try.
Right on. They present
And
you with
Floss
the
trying to
teleportation
help
circle.
while she's there, or no?
You can roll magic as well if you'd like.
Okay. And they're rolling magic as well, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Let's see. This is a non-combat advantage, I'd say. So I'm gonna. Holy shit. I nat 20'd the second.
Okay. Floss, the teleportation circle lights up blue around you. These blue rings, you find yourself in a church in Sunwich. Didn't expect that. I won't lie to you. We're supposed to be in Sunwich in Act 2, doing a little speed running here. Yeah, you're in Sunwich. You're in a church of Orion. There are elven people all around you who are praying. I think there's like a cleric who like grabs your hand and says, "It's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the city of Sunwich."
Floss kind of like waves her off or whatever. Like trying to be as pleasant as possible, I suppose. And starts looking for directions to the Crucible. And you can cut off there.
Yeah, and that is where we're going to fade to black. It's not over yet, chat. We've got our outro song to listen to.